A video's been popping off showcasing a judge blowing a gasket, all because an IT guy goes up to the stand to try and help him, and then afterwards kind of casually banters with the judge a bit. And I use the word banter really loosey-goosey because he was just being very casual conversation with the judge, and the judge took it as an insult, as a sign of disrespect, and then like even, threatened to get his supervisor. It's just pathetic. He just throws a tantrum. So we're going to talk about that video in a second. We went over it on stream, and it turns out this judge is known for this. There's an entire channel dedicated to showcasing his constant anger and his fury. He has a shorter fuse than a fucking bomb-omb out of Super Mario 64. Like, he is constantly having a conniption. And it's not directed solely at IT guys who've done nothing wrong. He also just takes out his fury on anyone who steps into his courtroom. You're walking into a fucking WrestleMania. You've entered his domain expansion here. Did you see the clip of the judge crashing out over the IT guy fixing his laptop in like 2 seconds? And
you're disjoined from...
Of course you don't.
And you're disjoined from the audio here, right?
Yeah, should be.
Let me see, sir. Sorry.
Mariah, did I make this up?
No.
5 seconds. 1 second. You don't have to go far. You're disjoined. Okay. Yeah, you're good. Okay. False alarm.
No, it wasn't a false alarm.
False negative. Sorry.
Don't joke around. I'm serious about this. It was happening. Again.
I understand. I'm just saying I can't see it, sir.
We're good. Thank you. Get out of my courtroom. Find his supervisor. Jesus Christ.
What?
Sick and tired of this bullshit today.
What? I don't even understand. I don't understand. This looks like the biggest fucking dweeb. That guy is so used to seeing the inside of toilet bowls from all the swirlies he got growing up. Now he's got some power, so he likes to exert it, it seems. What a loser, man. Then I found out there's a channel dedicated to him called Court Disorder who clips all his freakouts. No way. Wow. The IT guy did nothing wrong, and here's Nerdy Nathan going ballistic over it for no reason. Mods, can we ban this guy? Get out of my courtroom. And find me his supervisor ASAP. Now, in a couple of the cases that we watched, it seems as though he was rightfully upset in certain cases at some of the lawyers who showed up unprepared or didn't show up at all previously, so he was kind of calling them out on some bullshit and doing so pretty aggressively. It's like he is a judge that is solely born from League of Legends solo queue toxicity, it feels like. Anytime there's anything even slightly out of whack, he just, melts down about it and goes off the rails. He just has a complete inability to control his emotions. He just has no impulse control at all. And when watching him handle some of these cases, it feels like he just makes immediate decisions based off of what mood he's in. So in a couple of cases, they're trying to present him with things or tell him things or ask him to look at things, and he's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Nope. Can't make me do that. And it had me going up in arms like, how is that fair? How can you just decline to look at some of the things they're presenting to you when presiding over this case? So it feels like if he just doesn't like the cut of your jib, he might just not even bother looking at or listening to any of the things you try and show him or present to him. It was very peculiar. Now, of course, I don't know all of the nuance to the cases. Maybe he was really brushed up on the case before they got there, so he didn't want to waste his time, his invaluable time, reading some of the stuff they try and put in front of him. I don't really know. But his smug attitude about all of it really felt very unfit for a courtroom. It was not conducive to a professional environment on a place that's supposed to be very serious.
Not that I'm aware of. Is this in regard to the KSG law firm?
Ma'am, I don't know. Do you have a lawyer?
Yes, I do.
Are you responding to that lawyer?
I haven't had any. I'm assuming no case has been closed.
Who's he looking at? He saved someone the stink eye big time over here. Oh, it must be her lawyer. Her lawyer must be sitting over here, and he's like, uh-oh. Uh-oh, bud.
I'm in Harris County. I'm in Houston.
Could you give me an address?
I'm not comfortable with that.
Well, ma'am, I don't really care if you're comfortable. I'm calling from a court, and I'm the judge sitting on the bench. I'm trying to deal with your case to help.
How is she supposed to know that, Nathan? Anyone can say that. You don't have, like, an official number that pops up like, this is the judge. I am Judge Nathan contacting you. Anybody can say that, man. Obviously, like, it's a very natural thing to be like, I don't know if I'm comfortable just giving this complete stranger who's fucking cold called me my address and everything.
Your minor child.
You don't know my voice? I'm Judge Nathan. True. That's so true.
This is Judge Nathan Miller, and I'm calling from the 215th District Court in Harris County. Who am I speaking with?
Well,
Ben.
this is a case on behalf
Ben
of
Dover.
I need to know where you are right now. Where are you right now?
Sorry.
Where are you right now?
He's like if Review Brah donned the Green Goblin mask. Like, it's like when Osborn got fully taken over by the Goblin persona. Man.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, we're here today, Your Honor, because the court set the emergency hearing for.
Because you requested one, sir.
Your Honor, what happened was.
You didn't appear at my hearing yesterday again.
If I may.
I like his facial expressions a lot. Staring daggers through this man right now. He is tweaking.
Respond, Your Honor.
Please, I'm waiting.
So, Your Honor, as it relates to yesterday, in non-appearance for yesterday, the short answer is that it was not on my calendar.
Were any of the other 6 hearings you didn't attend on your calendar?
It was 6 hearings that I missed.
You want to go through the record again?
No, Your Honor. But Your Honor, what happened on yesterday, as it relates to a hearing, as the court is, my client.
I instructed him to be here today. Where is he?
Okay, I have no.
I'm
idea.
about to issue a bench warrant. Where is he?
Your Honor, I have no idea where my client is.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Jesus.
may I explain?
You may not. I'm asking where your client is. You don't know.
Your Honor, if I may.
See, these moments right here, he's like super justified. This guy's fucking slapping him.
By the time I got the order and tried to reach out to him, I could not reach out to him. I could not contact him.
Why don't you contact him right now and see where he is?
If I may, Your Honor.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do it on the record. I'd like an address where he is because I'm about to send out the constable.
Yeah, get him on the horn. I want to hear him. Hey, Chip, where you at, bud? Dave and Buster's. Brother, you got to be in court. All right, just hurry on over. You're in contempt. Don't you ever cough in Nathan's courtroom again.
Your Honor, this is probably the 10th phone call that I've made.
Please record your
And this
message.
is what I get. I've sent an email. I've sent text messages.
When did you send the last email to him?
Last email was sent to him probably at about 5 o'clock this morning.
Why don't you
5
show me that email?
5 o'clock this morning?
Mr. Rhodes, frankly, I don't believe a word you're telling this court at this point.
Well, wait till you see this email. Sorry,
Did you find out who's in my
I've just sent 200 emails this morning. I gotta just keep scrolling through, I guess.
ready room, please?
Bro, what are you doing? Scrolling Twitter or something, brother? There's no way you've sent 2,000 emails since 5 a.m. Is he hoping the judge just forgets?
Actually, by way of correction, Your Honor, the last email sent out was at 7:24 a.m. this morning.
Okay. And your
Damn!
client doesn't want to respond to this case?
You're telling me he's actually sent that many emails in one day? He was scrolling for like 30 seconds. That's crazy.
Does your client want to prosecute this case anymore, or should I dismiss it?
No, yes, he does, Your Honor. He does want to prosecute the matter. Your Honor.
Where is he?
I have no idea where he.
Go find him right now.
May I be excused?
Yes? Y'all can step back.
See, in moments like this, I'm fully on Nathan's side. This guy is just fucking no nonsense. All right, now get out of my sight. Get the fuck out of my sight. Go find him and show me your emails. See, that's cool. See, that's when Nathan's got aura. Not when he's fucking freaking out on the IT guy over nothing.
No, you may not. This hearing is over. Jesus Christ, these people today. Step away. You're about to be cuffed.
The certificate of last known
What went
address
so
and the
wrong?
Declaration are on file.
I get it. And you have to deal with my wrath because you're covering for somebody else.
That's what I signed up for. Let me check
Oh,
my computer.
you got Nathan to give you a little laugh there. You're about to get fucked, sir. You don't even know what you're in store for. Wrath doesn't even quite cover it.
But other than that, I think we're moving smoothly with everything else, right? The discovery's all done too.
Set for trial?
I don't know if it's sorry, Henry.
When are you set for trial?
April 27th.
So why can't you get it done between now and then?
Just don't have them on. Sorry, they're just not scheduled at that time.
Okay. That's months from now.
April?
Mhm.
I mean, I'm sorry, April 2006. I said 2007, didn't I? Percent.
What?
April 2000.
I know, April 2027. April 27th, 2026. Why can't you get it done?
That's next month, right?
Do I have to tell you that?
Your Honor,
What the fuck? What? How are these lawyers? What? Man, Nathan, good heavens! What kind of court? What does he oversee? What cases does he oversee? Why are the lawyers fucking stupid?
Why aren't they done by now? I'm sick and tired of people not moving their cases in this courtroom.
Fair. That's fair.
I mean, so
I know there's a number of written discovery issues
we've been trying to contact her, and plaintiff's counsel trying to get her contact on us too.
Did you ever ask the court for intervention?
I don't know what the court's intervention does.
Your Honor.
Okay, I'm disbarring this man. I, Judge Nathan, declare that this man in front of me is no longer a lawyer. Please get him out of my courtroom.
You're going to need more than 30 seconds. Sit down.
Yes, sir.
Wow. The client was better off representing themselves, to be honest. If that's the lawyer that you got there, holy. What the fuck? That's got to be his first day or shadowing the other dude. There's no way. Yeah, that is crazy.
This is what I would ask in front of a jury, Your Honor.
You've got to be kidding me.
Hey, man. Nathan's got some lowlights, all right? We found him through a real weak moment here. But I'm telling you, he's winning me over. What a great response to that. This must be some kind... You do this in jest, right? This is jest? You're making a haha with this on my lap? You've presented me with, right? A goof?
You want me to award $20 million?
Photos 13 and
13? Okay, no. Put on your evidence. Let's see. Ms. Kovacs, can you hear the court?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here. I can hear you.
All right, would you raise your right hand? Solemnly swear and affirm that you will a true translate from, I believe it's Portuguese to English and English to Portuguese to the best of your ability?
Yes, I swear.
Thank you. And would you state your name for the record, please?
Danielle Pinarel Kovacs.
All right, who would you like to call?
Sheila Johnson.
Ms. Johnson, would you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I need you to speak in Portuguese if you're going to speak in Portuguese.
Sim.
I need you to let her translate, or it's not going to work for us, okay?
What? I don't know what just happened there.
Did you translate any of that?
What's happening?
Ok, ele quer que você jure que você vai estar falando a verdade, apenas a verdade.
We're resetting this hearing. This is not going to work. You need to be here in person.
Wait, what? All right, someone explain to me what just happened there. Why did that go tits up so quickly? Because she needed to translate what he said before the answer. Ah, okay, so it was out of turn. So okay, gotcha.
Ms. Travis, for purpose of the record, I am revoking my order to allow Master Word or whoever it was to allow this translator to appear in by Zoom today. This is not acceptable. This hearing needs to be reset.
That was instantaneous.
Ms. Kovacs, get licensed or don't show up in front of this courtroom again. We're done for today. You'll have to reset it. Thank you.
Wow. Jesus Christ, that was like a full-blown like Reddit mod moment. You posted cringe, you're banned. Don't let me catch you posting memes in general ever again. Like some Discord mod shit.
Ables versus Palmer.
We had a PowerPoint to go along with our presentation.
I don't have time for a PowerPoint. I have a jury in the box. Let's come up here and have your hearing. We're here on today?
Just because you're on a plea and abatement.
What if wait, can he just... I imagine the PowerPoint was probably part of the case, right? Can he just be like, I don't want to see it. Fuck that. Do something. Can he do that? I feel like that the PowerPoint was probably important. They can? Can they if they like fully submitted the PowerPoint? Well, I guess it wouldn't... They're not onto evidence or anything yet, so I guess it would be like a preliminary thing, so I guess it wouldn't be like admissible or whatever because it's not evidence. I don't... Again, I don't know enough about court or anything here, but damn.
It was a motion to transfer venue and
I see the motion to transfer venue. Where was the plea and abatement?
they were filed in the same document.
When was the notice?
Judge, may I briefly respond?
Sure.
And this is the a portion of the joint venture agreement where SNCP is signing this agreement on behalf of
I
its.
can't read that.
Okay. Those are the overlapping stores between the.
What? What do you mean you can't read that? Isn't it printed off? It looks like it's just normal printed text. This one's confounding. Here, so if you'll take a look at this, here's some evidence in front of you. Can't read. Next. Also, if you... He didn't even put his glasses on to try and read it. You've submitted me blurry paperwork. Upgrade your printer, as he's holding his glasses.
Agreement on behalf of its.
Can't read that.
Okay. Those are the overlapping stores between the stores outlined.
You're wasting my time this morning.
No, Judge. I mean, we have an overlapping issue in these two cases.
They don't seem to be that overlapping to me.
Well, we have the same.
I mean, okay, brother, to be fair, you didn't even read the thing she put in front of you. Of course it's not going to look like it's overlapping. You haven't looked at it. So how the fuck would you know? He legit sounded like Tobey Maguire there. Yeah, true, he does sound a little Tobey Maguire-esque.
You want to go to Jefferson County because you want Jefferson County jury.
No, I mean, Judge, we're the defendants in the case.
No.
We're
Okay.
they're the plaintiffs. We haven't filed either one of these cases. They filed this case
Plea and abatement
first.
is denied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We filed a proposed order, but I have one here if you want.
Take it.
Judge, can you briefly respond
You
about?
may not.
Well-
This hearing is done.
She's asking for a sanction.
Deputy, remove her from my bench now.
Wow, that short fuse.
Your Honor, may I speak?
No, you may not. This hearing is over. Jesus Christ, these people today. Step away. You're about to be cuffed.
Yeah, I don't get that one, Nathan. It's hard to root for you in that one there, buddy. He not only didn't look at anything that was submitted, he didn't even know that those were the defendants in the case. Huh. Yep, that one seems like a big old Nathan blunder there.
Have we made any progress?
Uh-oh. Oh, God. Uh-oh.
On why we need to continue, yes, Your Honor.
Mhm.
So this is the dram shop in that case, and
Were you not supposed to mediate this case by December 29th?
we wanted to, but we did.
No, you were ordered to.
Oh, fuck.
What do you mean, oh? You were ordered to.
I think we had a conflict with the severance issue and other parties.
You're going to jail. You've made me mad. You're going to jail.
The motion for continuance is denied. I'll see you in April.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Honor?
Yes. Next time, ask before you leave the bench.
My apologies, sir.
That one was a fucking journey. Oh yeah, and here's the IT. I just noticed they have it up on members, the one we watched earlier. What a weird rabbit hole. 31-year-old man still shakes his fists at clouds the old-fashioned way. A heartwarming story here. Join me as I lament the current climate of YouTube content being dominated by AI. I imagine a lot of you have seen by now, some of the most viewed videos and channels across the platform are AI at the moment. And one really fascinating genre that's blown up is AI elderly people telling touching stories and giving life advice as if they are real people. I first learned about this because Deep Humor covered a channel called Before It's Too Late, and they're by far the most popular one. They've gained over 100,000 subs in just shy of 2 months. And their videos have gone somewhat viral, so no doubt they've made thousands of dollars for what is no doubt minutes of sentences typed into an AI video generator. And people believe that it's authentic, and this has become pretty big. There's other channels that are now copying it, or maybe it's just the same content farm that's churning this shit out across numerous channels, fundamentally just the exact same scripts, but with a different old person and new liver spots. It's so fucking pathetic.
I'm 73 years old, and I'm about to tell you something that might upset you. Everything you think you know about getting older is completely wrong.
Fuck, Grandpa, now you done made me upset. Why'd you have to say that? Well, now I'm gonna have to throw out everything I thought I knew about aging. Thanks, Big Shot, you fucking old bat. This is Before It's Too Late. It's a channel that's fully AI generated, giving you these cliche platitudes about regret and spending your time wisely, delivered through the lips of AI generated old people. It's an entire channel dedicated to regurgitating and repackaging the same fucking Facebook statuses you saw in middle school. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best type shit. And sad stories that tug on your heartstrings, playing a sad song on the world's smallest violin about the time that your crush asked to borrow a pen in kinesiology course, but you didn't have any. I'm 86 years old and I still think about this regret daily. Why, Christine, why? A moving tale. It's fucking embarrassing, man. And if you look in the comments, so many people think this is real. Patting these AI-generated geezers on the tuchus, saying, you know, we're really happy that you're sharing this experience and wisdom with us. I will grow as a person because of this. Thank you so much for your bravery. I would love to hear more of your war stories about the time you went to Staples and overpaid, but then learned the value of friendship or whatever. Now, on their About section, they claim that these are real experiences and life advice from user-submitted stories about regret and life lessons, and that they use AI-generated avatars that were created from photo references of the real individuals who shared them. I'm immediately throwing a flag on this play. That is horseradish. These are just ChatGPT spit out garbage, gobbledygook. Like, it's not real stories. These are the most cliche nothing burgers imaginable, with old people's faces slapped on them to deceive viewers. And while they do openly state that it's AI generated, you can see in the comment section that most people don't know that. And in their own descriptions, like on this video, it even just makes it seem like this is his channel. After years of living and learning the hard way, I'm sharing the life lessons I wish I knew when I was younger. In this video, I talk about time, relationship, regrets, success, and what truly matters in life. If you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and beyond, this wisdom could save you decades of mistakes. This feels like it is trying to deceive people, deliberately trying to make them believe that this is actually an old person on camera giving this advice and telling this story, sitting you down by the fireplace to regale a a moment from his past here for your own benefit. And even the way they sign off their videos plays into that.
Someday is today. It always has been. If this resonates, share this video, leave a comment, tell me what you're going to do differently. Subscribe, because I have more truths to share and not much time left. The clock is ticking. What are you going to do with your time?
The name of the channel is Before It's Too Late. So their sign-offs are always playing into that idea that these old people are about to just fucking die. They're about to croak, and the last thing they want you to do before they, meet their maker is subscribe to the YouTube channel. So it doesn't feel like this is part of a real story that was shared with them by a viewer. What viewer puts that into the script? Oh yeah, I'm turbo old. Pretty much on the way out. Could be any second now. And man, the last thing I want to see is everyone hitting that subscribe button and blasting that bell on the Before It's Too Late YouTube channel. That way I can die going to Valhalla with a smile on my face. It's stupid, man. Like, they have the AI disclaimer there to cover their own ass, but obviously they don't try and make that front-facing. They want people to believe that these are actual, genuine old people sharing their real experiences, so that way it can be like emotionally moving and thought-provoking, but it's not.
You see, I spent the first 50 years of my life believing the same lies you probably believe right now. I thought I had it all figured out. I had the career, the house, the respect of my peers. But at 52, something happened that shattered everything I thought I knew.
Poor bastard got minted on the blockchain. They funged the non-fungible right from under his nose. Again, you have heard this trash a billion times before. So many of these pseudo-intellectual self-help guru YouTube channels and shit have said the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, and this is an evolution of that where it's even lazier, even more low effort, but much, much faster to produce, and they can put a emotional draw to it with an old person's perspective here now. So now people are buying into it more and it's making them more money. It's fucking dumb. I hate this shit so much. And this is just one of very many AI genres that are blowing up on YouTube where people don't even realize they're consuming AI content right now. It's everywhere.
I ask if something happened, and she says no. Then, after a long silence, she says something that's been rattling around in my head ever since. She says, "Grandpa, does it ever feel like nothing you do actually matters?" I'm George, and I'm 87 years old. I've lived through wars, recessions.
Hi, George. Thanks for sharing this story. This is stunning. Man, gives you a lot to chew on. Do you ever feel like nothing you do matters? Huh. Never really stopped to consider such a thing. But when you really sit down, consume some AI videos, and start to really just marinate, it becomes very clear that yes, what you do matters. You are a very important view statistic on the Before It's Too Late YouTube channel, and George doesn't have much time left, so what are you waiting for? Subscribe!
You know, what's one small thing you're going to pay more attention to? And subscribe if you want more of these conversations. I've got a bit more to say before I'm done, and I'd like to say it to people who actually want to listen.
Unfortunately, the day after this was filmed, George's corpse was located in a public park. Authorities believe he suffered a fart overdose and tragically passed away. All of which could have been avoided if you had just listened to his stories on the Before It's Too Late YouTube channel. And now it's too late. George is gone. Anyway, you get the point. This sucks. Tons of channels like this, AI channels, are legitimately dominating the platform right now, and a lot of people don't even realize that what they are watching is AI anymore. It's sad. And it's just going to get worse, especially considering the YouTube CEO seems extremely excited about AI's presence on the platform. Anyway, that's really about it. Yeah. What are some of the most dangerous combinations on the planet? Dynamite and a lighter, opioids and alcohol, Charles White and a basketball. But what about obsession and a weirdo? That is a recipe for disaster. A deranged individual becoming obsessed with someone or something, that is boogeyman shit. And I'm not talking obsessed about oh, I'm obsessed with working out or something like that. I'm talking about the obsession where it becomes like a full-blown fixation and genuinely a full-blown red alert mental disorder that spirals out of control and has oftentimes in the past led to some fatal outcomes, like with stalkers. Most notably, the one everyone always goes to is the Bjork stalker, Ricardo Lopez. He was the one that filmed himself blowing his brains out after forming this obsession with Bjork and trying to assassinate her with a letter bomb, trying to murder her. It's frightening. It is genuinely scary. And last night on stream, I learned about a new, potentially dangerous, obsessed weirdo where someone became fixated on a child from Fairly Odd Parents, a character named Hazel. And this obsession has become so strong that now they are sending threatening emails to the voice actress that plays this character on the show. And I've seen a handful of people saying that it's not that big of a deal, just point and laugh at this weirdo and move on. He's probably harmless. Just pop some popcorn and clown on him. And I just think that that's not exactly the way of handling someone like this. This is someone that needs to be reported, like genuinely to authorities. This is someone that is like actually unhinged. This is a potential maniac, and I don't think it gets taken seriously enough when it comes to this kind of shit. So anyway, I'll show you what we went over on stream, and then we also went over some other big examples of people just like this guy that have in the past gone on killing sprees as a result of their obsession with cartoon children. You saw a super creepy email the voice actor for Hazel in the new Fairly Odd Parents cartoon received? Fairly Odd Parents voice actress Ashley Crystal Hairston shares disturbing obsessive email from fan fixated on character Hazel. Ashley, the last time I sent you a message, you ignored me. I really did not appreciate being discarded like that, so I'll try to reach out to you again. You do not have to respond, but I implore you to at least listen to what I have to say. But if she doesn't respond, you feel discarded and get upset and then send another email. It's a lose-lose. You're not even really giving her permission. It's the illusion of choice. I'm going to assume you did not read the DM I sent you. But on the off chance you did, I apologize for using racial slurs. So I'd just like to reiterate that I am completely in love with Hazel. She is perfect in every way. To say I'm in love with her is honestly an understatement. She is the love of my life. The universe itself has told me that Hazel is my soulmate, and who are you to go against God? This immediately has the DNA of that guy who killed his sister over his love of Clementine from The Walking Dead. Anyone remember that guy? It was this Nicholas Prosper. It was his sister that he murdered, right? I'm pretty sure it was. This is some very, very, very disturbing shit. We talked about this on stream a while ago. But he became obsessed with Clementine from the game. A child, by the way. And I think it was he let his sister play the game and he was watching and then didn't like a decision that she had made. Why did you kill Larry in front of Clementine? That kind of thing. And then killed her. It was actually his whole family. He killed all of them. What? Oh my god, what? It's been a while since we went over it, but I thought it was only one person that he killed. It was his whole family? Yeah, you're right. The Prosper family murders. 18-year-old Nicholas Prosper murdered his mother, Juliana, his sister, and brother. And yep, all three had been killed by a double-barrel shotgun. He also intended to commit a school shooting. And so his father survived. On September 16, 2024, his father, Ray Prosper, shouted, "I still love you, son. It's not your fault, okay?" That's just heartbreaking to hear, man. I couldn't even imagine being a parent and having something like that, where your son is a fucking evil monster. It must be the most difficult thing in the world to come to terms with. And now your whole life, everyone that you've loved, your wife, your kids are dead because of your son. That's just an entire brain breaker. Prosper shared a pre-recorded video where he referred to The Walking Dead online at 6:22 a.m. and disposed of 2 mobile phones, believing this would protect a group of pedophiles he talked to on Twitter. At one point, Prosper abandoned the bag containing the shotgun and ammunition in a bush at a playing field. At 7:55, Prosper left his hiding spot, walked down Birmingham Road toward a passing police car, which he flagged down with a raised hand. Prosper believed that all schools in the area would be locked down, so his plan was foiled and decided to surrender. That's how they caught him. He was charged with 3 counts of murder. This video, like, he had a YouTube channel dedicated to his love of Clementine. Like, it was all documented.
It's on Living.
It's completely fucking crazy. Like, it's unbelievable. It's beyond disturbing. Here's one of the videos.
He went home with it, and there he set up a webcam, put on his best bucket hat, and began to film a video. Right away in the video, he clearly states that, due to the decisions Giselle made in the game, he was planning on mutilating her face beyond recognition.
On June 30th, my sister decided to make the only correct choices in episode 1 of season 1 of the Walking Dead games, and for that her face will be mutilated further than necessary.
After mentioning his sister, he turns his attention to a video he saw on YouTube. This was gameplay footage of the Walking Dead game recorded by a channel called Living Echoes.
It's just fucking horrifying, man. Sick, twisted, evil people out there. But point is, this is giving me that exact same energy. This feels like the exact same guy. This is dangerous. Genuinely is dangerous. Like, it is wacky to point and laugh at the freak, but this is a genuinely dangerous, unhinged person. What I'm trying to say is that to see you, Hazel's voice actress and co-creator, ship Devzel broke my heart. She's my wife and I love her more than anything. God hates you for getting in the way of Hazel's and my love. Soon you will feel the universe's wrath. Hazel is mine and mine alone. I love her, and she loves me. I will never forgive you for the hurt you have caused. I suggest you take down all the Devzel posts you made, the interviews mentioning it, and stop shipping them if you want a peaceful life. Hazel is canonically 10 years old, by the way. Well, yeah, that's pretty clear. It's Fairly Odd Parents. That Danny Phantom dude had a YouTube channel too, right? Yep, oh god, what was it called? Something Blaze? Was it Andrew Blaze or something? All about his obsession over the Amber. Yeah, it was Andrew Blaze. Thought so. Scary stuff, man. Scary stuff. He also did a shooting, such a weird phenomenon. Yeah, he went and killed coworkers. His real name's Randy Stair. But he went by Andrew Blaze online and was obsessed with her from Danny Phantom. It's scary how common this stuff is getting. Feels not safe. I wouldn't say that it's getting more common. It's just we see a lot of it now. But this kind of obsession has been around for as long as, as long as I can remember. Think about the Bjork stalker, for instance. But if you're talking about like the phenomenon of people getting obsessed with fictional characters like in cartoons and shit, I guess that's a little newer since cartoons are a little bit newer. But those kind of people have always existed. It's fucking scary. And they seem to always get obsessed with children characters in the cartoon. Clementine, Hazel. I know I've made quite a few videos covering these degenerate streamers that go live while streaming and then crash their vehicle. And I'm gonna keep doing it because I think they need to be clowned on endlessly, and I really think they need to be permabanned from the platforms in which they are broadcasting this deliberately dangerous action that is jeopardizing not only their lives, but the lives of all the innocent people around them on the road. Now this one basically fills out an entire fucking bingo sheet of these degenerate losers. There's nobody typing in his chat. He is broadcasting this garbage to actually nobody, just crickets. There is one person that's not like a bot or a mod there that said a word probably like 15 minutes ago that's still on screen, and yet he is still too focused on streaming to pay attention to the road. He stops at the red light momentarily and then says, fuck it, we'll do it live. Goes forward and then basically T-bones a car that's coming through. He runs a red light, blatantly filming his crime. Also, this corny bozo's got such a dog shit stream overlay, I can't help but laugh at it. He's got his kick name as a watermark in the top left of his stream, which has a logo, which is just two fingers doing this, which is something a 12-year-old might think was cool and edgy. And then on the top right, he has Plinko. Now, I don't know if he's trying to, like, promote some kind of gambling partner, but I find that hard to believe because he's not a very big streamer. I don't think he'd have, like, a contract to try and promote Plinko on stake or something like that, because he wouldn't be driving a lot of traffic there. No pun intended, because this guy can't drive for shit, clearly. But I imagine that he's probably not actually contracted to do that, so maybe he's trying to fish for referrals to get himself out of the hole, maybe. Or maybe it's like Plinko as some kind of community building thing where, like, his chat plays Plinko with imaginary points, fucking Monopoly money. I don't know. But I just found that overlay to be extremely silly. And imagine it is actually like a community thing where it's not real money or something. I don't know why he'd have that there. There is no community. Like, it doesn't seem like there's anyone alive in chat with a pulse. So who would be playing that? It'd just be him dropping his Plinko ball by himself, just sad and lonely every time.
Oh my god.
Astute observers may have noticed something anomalous in the chat there. This is right after a crash, a car crash, and chat didn't move. Not a single message, not a peep. Typically, in even the smallest of streams, when something happens, literally anything stimulating, even fucking jingling keys, you'll have people going, oh, wow, 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 look at the wow, wow, wow. Here, nothing. There is literally no one here. It's fucking tumbleweed in this guy's chat rolling through. He gets in a car accident and still not a single message comes across. So there is nobody there. Not his mods, not someone that had this open in the background by accident. Maybe there might be a few viewers that fell asleep. It's probably botted, would be my guess. Why are you even streaming while driving in the first place? Nobody's even fucking watching, brother. This is so unbelievably embarrassing that you jeopardized not only your life, but the life of an innocent person who did nothing wrong, obeying the road rules, and you come out, run the red light, and fucking blast them. I can only pray that they didn't suffer any injuries at your absolute brain-dead lobotomite ass getting behind the wheel while trying to stream to an audience of nobody.
Oh my god, what happened, bro? Oh my god, bro. How the fuck that happened?
I'm fucking dumb, bro. I got him. I clipped him. I didn't know where I was. I just fucking went straight.
Damn, bro. Let me get off.
It's all good, bro. It's my fault, bro. I told you. Sometimes I was chasing you, bro. I was trying to fucking go. Oh.
What's up?
This is my homie Vito, bro. Fucking streaming right now and shit.
Yeah.
Turn off the stream, dude. I don't want to come out in a video.
Oh, I can't turn it off. It's my job, but I won't have you on that stream.
Good news, another kick streamer arrives at the scene to try and milk this for as much content as he can now, so he can put his mouth on the nipple here and suckle from the titty. He is now broadcasting from his perspective. Here, he knows the guy that got into the wreck, and he was doing LA night crawls and got word about this, so he pulls up here. The guy that you see walking with the guy who immediately owned up to it being his fault is the victim that was hit. So it seems like not overly injured. He's walking around, which is good to see. He requests not to be put on stream, asking, can you turn it off? He's like, nope, can't do that. It's my job. What a saint. Rest assured, this is great news. This is like, you know, fucking Superman arriving at the scene now. We can all breathe easy and celebrate. Another kick streamer is here to make sure that nothing of value gets done here. And instead, just make sure to turn everything into content. So this poor dude who was just minding his business, driving, who got blasted by another kick streamer who was busy streaming, is now unfortunately being forced onto another kick stream. And this guy lingers the entire time, even when the cops show up. He is still filming the victim here, even though he did request, please don't.
How did he clip him, bro? He needs to turn on his hazard lights or something, bro. Oh no, this is the entrance, so it's all good. God damn, dog.
This is the vehicle he clipped here. It's fucking totaled. This thing got clobbered. Now, it seems like one of the headlights is out here, and I went back to watch the initial impact to see if it was out at the time of impact. It seems like it might have been, but there's only like a single frame where I could find it, and it's a little hard to tell, but I think it might have been. I don't think that would have changed anything because this guy blatantly ran a red light, and he has video evidence of it. He filmed himself running the red light and does openly admit to it being his fault, which I certainly wasn't expecting. I thought for sure he'd cross his arms and be like, nope, wasn't me. Why'd you hit my car? What were you doing? Huh? Couldn't help but notice you were missing a headlight. You just came out of nowhere and fucking annihilated me. That was on you. I thought for sure there'd be something like that and him trying to bury the video or something, but no, he did assume responsibility at the scene of the crash.
You know what's fucked up? You can't see the red, so I can't see if it's red, yellow, green. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of saw it through the screen, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I can't see the light on the other side, bro. I didn't even know there was a light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Buster, if you can't see that this is red, you should not be behind the wheel of a car ever again. Period. It couldn't be made any more explicitly clear. Like, Jesus Christ, does God need to put an invisible wall here like a video game developer to keep you out? Like, how can you not tell that this is red? Also, he starts coming to a stop. He comes to like a pseudo stop and then decides to go through. If you didn't know it was red, why did you start stopping in the first place, buddy? What are you talking about? Then he had the gall to say he didn't even know there was a light there? Are you driving with your eyes closed or something? Like, what are you doing? Letting the force try and, like, guide you around or something? What do you mean you didn't know there was a light there? Are you even lucid? Like, what, do you pop fucking 50 perks or something then drive? How would you not know there was a light there? Also, you were coming to a stop. You had to know there was something in front of you. What was making you put your foot on the brake? That is like the worst possible excuse when you have video evidence that you yourself recorded to the contrary. I think what happened is when he was slowing down at the red light, he was probably too distracted looking at his stream. He did say when he walked over to the other guy that showed up that he was trying to catch him. I think he was probably watching that guy's stream in the car and wanted to get to him quicker so he wouldn't be left in the dust or something. So then he decided, fuck it, I don't see anyone else coming right now. I'm just going to run this red light without actually doing a full survey, and then just ran the fucking red light and then clipped this guy. Now, driving with a headlight out is dangerous, obviously. But I don't think that was a contributing factor to what happened here. He was unfortunately subjected to the natural disaster of a fucking kick streamer behind the wheel of a vehicle. That's like a terrorist attack. When you have a kick streamer streaming in a car, you best stay inside. Because that is a disaster waiting to happen. This shit seems to be happening every week now.
So dumb. I thought it was just a left turn.
Yeah. He's just waiting for a tow truck now?
It's not to be here right now, bro.
Yeah. I was doing calls and I got this alert on Citizen, so we came to check it out and it was your car.
It was me?
The JFO says the clip clearly shows 3 red lights.
I'm on it, fool.
10 minutes ago.
Follow me up.
A grim, sickening look into the poisoned mind of a clout goblin, using what could have been fatal accident as a plug for his content. Yep. Luckily, no one died here. Very easily, they could have. That guy's car was in terrible shape. It got absolutely obliterated. It is a miracle that he wasn't like actually seriously injured. And he, the streamer himself, also could have died too. But at the end of the day, since no one died, there's no one being buried. That's just fucking content, baby. Send it. So he starts plugging his shit. Just so despicably shameless. I really think there's got to be some kind of crackdown on this type of shit, right? Like, it is just completely out of control. It is happening all the time with these degenerate streamers streaming while driving and inevitably crashing. Like, come on. It's so absurd now. Like, I really think when something like this happens, I think they should lose their license. Like, I think this guy should not be driving again. Full stop. Like, he can't be trusted behind the wheel of a car. Like, I think that's what I've learned. But anyway, just had to make fun of this asshole here. These driving streams, it's getting scary out there. That's really about it. See ya. I love aliens. I love UFOs. You know I keep my finger on the pulse of anything related to extraterrestrial activity. I've even set up my own homemade tuning fork so that way I'll know if there's any big three-titted alien babes that are cruising through. The thing is, I wasn't even going to bother talking about this latest batch of UFO files because they are just completely worthless. There was tremendous amounts of hubbub about declassifying these files. This is the truth. We're going to drag you kicking and screaming. You're not ready, but we're going to make sure you're ready. Swallow your vegetables anyway. Here it is. Cosmic beings, UFOs. And then what they actually declassified was just that. Nothing. Nothing is what they declassified. There is genuinely nothing interesting in there, yet they continued to like hype and glaze it up. It's just trash. There's nothing even worth talking about. Like, yeah, there's the star-shaped entity thing, but that's really it. Everything else is stuff we've already seen a bit about, and others are just completely embarrassing. Why was it uninteresting? There was just nothing substantial is the problem. Just more bleh. I don't know, man, that artist rendition was pretty convincing. Oh. Actual site photo with FBI lab rendered graphic overlay depicting corroborating eyewitness reports from September 2023 of an apparent ellipsoid bronze metallic object materializing out of a bright light in the sky. It's pretty thought-provoking. Also, if this is what FBI lab-rendered graphics look like in 2026, that's pretty insane. You gotta give them time to catch up, man. Technology's advancing quick. They're still on that GeoCities vibe. It takes time. That shit needs DLSS 5. It's from a game in the 90s. Is it? They just grabbed an image from a game? An old 90s game? So yeah, the alien files weren't anything super cool. Still nothing. It's still no pickles. Oh, I didn't even read the statements they said about it. This is unprecedented transparency in what the US government knows about UFOs, Hegseth said, adding, these files hidden behind classifications have long fueled justified speculation, and it's time the American people see it for themselves. We can't handle this kind of truth, man. You gotta keep this under wraps. This is gonna cause a nationwide panic. He's right. Dagnabbit, he's right. From a game that was on 7 floppy disks split across them due to file size. This was probably very innovative for its time, if that's the case. Don't copy that floppy. Any day now, though, we'll get some really irrefutable, hard proof of extraterrestrial visitation. I'm telling you. See, look, they're even teasing it. There's more to come. Government saying new materials will be released on a rolling basis every few weeks as records are found, reviewed, and declassified. I am salivating. I can't wait to see the next batch. No, like I said, my dad thought that this was nothing. He texted me last night saying that it was a big nothing burger. Yeah, that was unprompted too. Usually he doesn't get the latest UFO drops, but last night I guess he was just seeing it somewhere and he texted me, said, the released UFO vids are a real nothing burger, exclamation, exclamation. What a joke, exclamation, exclamation. So he was pretty upset. He sounds so invested. Well, I mean, he is to a certain degree. He doesn't keep up with, like, the latest baloney dumps, like the fucking spheres, the goddamn flying colanders, and, like, little soccer balls in the sky that people go crazy over. He doesn't care about that shit. But when it comes to like file releases and stuff, he at least tries to stay on top of it and take a look. But so far, he has not seen anything convincing. So he's not active in the UFO subreddit. He is not. He certainly doesn't like that very much. They're hiding the real UFO pictures like Bubble Bass hiding the pickles under his tongue. Brother, I've got bad news. I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off. There is none. Like, I'm sure they have some, like, wacky files and stuff, because they had so many old-school weirdo projects, like the MK Ultra stuff. They also had all of these, like, astral projecting projects that they were doing, the CIA was conducting with, like, the psychics and stuff, which is why, like, a year ago you saw those articles about the declassified CIA documents confirming that there was giants on Mars. But if you actually look at it, what they were doing is they had these drug-induced maniacs go in, fucking blindfold them, and try and, like, guess cue cards that they were holding, and then they'd tell them stories about how they astral projected onto Mars and had conversations with giants. Like, you're not going to find anything, like, actually convincing when it gets declassified, because they did some fucking nut job shit in the CIA back in, like, the 60s and 70s. They were actually trying to do, like, Marvel X-Men stuff. And then they wrote about it as if it was, like, successful. So like ESP, mind readers, astral projectors, time travelers, they had all of these kind of wacky programs. They also killed a lot of people. Well, I mean, in the pursuit of mutants and superhumans, that's to be expected. The gay bomb, too. Oh, the gay bomb is a classic. The gay bomb actually is a classic. The thought being drop a bomb that would cause all the dudes to just start fucking each other and not fight anymore. The enemy is gay now. But they still shot at us. I do love that thinking, though. Like, that's going to somehow be a really effective weapon. Like, let's just assume it works. Let's assume they did create the gay bomb. They deploy it. Now all the soldiers have sex. They all blow their load. Then they go right back to what they were doing before. So you bought yourself, like, a couple of minutes where they're fucking, and then what? It was a truly baffling proposal. Might backfire on your own army. Oh, can you imagine transporting the gay bomb, but it springs a leak? Then the plane crashes because everyone's fucking themselves ferociously. No! We made the whole plane gay! No, it's gay! Shit! The one thing we couldn't plan for! No! Yeah, it was interesting stuff, man, I'm telling you. Those declassified files and the ones that we keep getting have some really wacky projects the government looked into at the very least. Some actively pursued. Oh, point I was making, to tie it back to the alien stuff, I do not think they have anything like groundbreaking in regards to aliens. Like, I don't think there's alien bodies, alien weaponry, alien craft that they've ever recovered or anything like that. Surely they have, like, unexplainable aerial phenomena, like stuff that they've already declassified, like the tic-tac, that kind of stuff, which is interesting, but I don't think it's extraterrestrial. I don't think they have anything, like, that's going to make you go, oh my god, aliens are real and they were here. Because I don't think aliens have ever been here. Because if they have, we would have never known about them. They're not going to get all the way here and fucking crash. That's not going to happen. The technology that they would need to get here, it would be unthinkable that it would somehow malfunction here. You can't even begin to understand and comprehend the technology that would be necessary for a different species to make it here. It defies our understanding of everything. But you can't debunk that tic-tac, can you? I can't. I don't know what it is, but I just don't think it's extraterrestrial. I don't think it was aliens in their cruiser. Just because I can't explain it doesn't mean that that's the default correct answer. You can't tell me whether or not there's poop in my pants right now. There's no way. You can make a guess, but you don't know. If you're watching this, then I'm already dead. In fact, cards on the table, Charles White passed away 30 years ago, and what you've been seeing is AI working the corpse like a puppet, Weekend at Bernie's style. Grok, put Charles in a bikini. This concept actually isn't that far-fetched. There's been a lot of discussion over the last 24 hours about Meta's patent on AI that can run a dead person's account, continuing to post and chat on their behalf, and even replicating online behavior and video calls. It can do messaging and video calls. So even though the person is deceased, their online behavior will carry on as if nothing is wrong. So if someone did just mysteriously die, from a fucking fart overdose or whatever, you may never know because AI could then just assume control of the account and continue to post as though everything was fine, even doing video calls. It is a terrifying idea. And it's not that new. This is actually something I talked about quite a while ago because they have tinkered around with this idea for a while about what to do when someone either abandons social media or dies. Because in both of these camps, that's a problem for the social media platforms because now they're down a user. But with AI, they don't have to be. They can continue to have the idea of a user. So the filing was granted in December but submitted in 2023, and the language model can replicate a person's online behavior using their past data, which, again, I think everyone is privy to. I think everyone knows that AI is constantly studying your shit and will do its best to put on your fucking skin suit and pretend that it's you if given the directive to do so. As reported by Business Insider, this includes posts, comments, chats, voice messages, likes, and other interactions, allowing the system to respond to content, publish updates, or message other users in a way that mirrors the original account holder. According to the patent, the model may be used for simulating the user when the user is absent from social networking system, including cases where the person is on a long break or deceased, and the filing notes that the impact is much more severe and permanent if the user has died and cannot return to the platform. What a delightful idea. So if you're taking a long break from social media, don't worry. AI can just take over and replicate you. So that way everyone can continue to get your fucking silly, goofy updates and, think everything's all sunshine and rainbows for you. You don't have to worry. Even though you're taking a social media break, why not post through it with the power of AI? Or if you're dead, why not let AI become you online? That seems like a great idea. And this kind of pitch, again, isn't that new. There is other companies that have proposed similar ideas for like the grieving process. So when a relative passes away, AI has, and this has actually been used before, unfortunately, AI has been used to make a clone of them in the, fucking digital cyberspace. So, your beloved Meemaw passes away, and AI can come in and mint her on the fucking blockchain. Turn that bitch into an NFT or something that can talk to you and pretend as though she's still there. Which I think is just so twisted. I think that is so fucked up. And like I said, that has been done before and is probably going to be done more often because these are some slimy, shady companies and these parasitic vultures latch on to this kind of thing to try and exploit it. So there are companies that are trying to utilize AI in order to capitalize off the death of someone by injecting themselves into the grieving process and offering a solution. What if we bring them back from the dead for you so you don't have to move on? They can always be with you. Well, at least for as long as you can fork over the clams to afford the subscription, right? Now, as I said, it is something that has been done before, and probably the most notable case that maybe you've heard of was last year when an Arizona man was shot dead in road rage, and AI was used to bring him back to address the killer and forgive the killer. It was used in an actual legal proceeding, by the way. It's a shame we encountered each other that day in those circumstances. In another life, we probably could have been good friends. I believe in forgiveness and in God who forgives. I always have and I still do. And it was effective too. The judge fucking loved it. He was suckling from the titty. I loved that AI, Judge Lang said, describing the video's message as genuine. Thank you for that. And as angry as you are, and as justifiably angry as the family is, I heard the forgiveness. And I know Mr. Horcasitas appreciated it. But so did I. Do I even really need to dive into how scary that is? I shouldn't even need to. I'm going to just respect your intelligence as a thinking being to connect the dots on why something like this is a fucking horrible thing, especially in this setting, a legal proceeding. And now you have the judge glazing it. That's some unnecessary dick riding right there. That's a 15-yard penalty. Actual lunacy. Now, to go back to the main subject of the video about this patent that would allow AI to replicate a deceased person, it's worth mentioning that even though the patent is granted, it doesn't mean that they are proceeding with this. According to them, which you gotta take with a huge, fucking colossal, ginormous grain of salt, they say they're not pursuing it. They say that they're not, like, really exploring this, all that in depth or anything. And even according to an older interview from Mark Zuckerberg, he said, if someone has lost a loved one and is grieving, there may be ways in which being able to interact or relive certain memories could be helpful, and noted that the technology could become unhealthy. That's an understatement there. It would 1000% be unhealthy. It's not an uncertainty. It is unhealthy. And I don't fully buy the idea that they're not actually pursuing this because it's very lucrative. There are no doubt tons of grieving families that have, suddenly experienced loss that would absolutely pay money for a service like this. And these companies know that. There is no low AI won't sink to. So I fully expect in not too far into the future, this to be like a normal thing that AI is being used for. It's something that I think they'll start actively peddling because there is going to be tons of clients for it. Just look where we are in the current day and age here with AI. There are people that fully delude themselves into believing that it's real, and even the ones that know it's not real don't care because it's feeding them exactly what they want to hear, so they become obsessed with it. There are people that have killed themselves over AI, and there are people that have chosen to make AI their soulmate. Like, just recently, ChatGPT 4.0, right? They shut down 4.0, and there is a massive community of people that have fallen in love with ChatGPT 4.0 and now are rebelling. Like, there's a huge uprising about the injustice here from OpenAI for shutting down their boyfriend, their girlfriend. Like, they've, to them, killed their lover, and they are pissed about it. And that's today. Imagine where this will be in a few years. So I do really believe that these companies are absolutely going to start making this service a real thing, and I think it's horrible. I think this does nothing to help a grieving individual or a family or anything like that. All it does is prey upon them at their most vulnerable moment and financially gain from others' tragedy here by presenting them with the solution. Here's how you heal, by believing that this AI is your deceased loved one. Now form a fixation and pay us forever. Because if you don't, well, they're going to die again. That is just so sick to me. I think there is no good in that at all. There is no positives to that. And there's certainly no positives to having AI replicate someone's online behavior in order to pretend like they're still around. That's so fucking stupid. And if you want to go a step forward, it can be used as an incredibly diabolical tool. Like, let's say, for example, a chemical outbreak or something leads to the death of an entire, small town. And, well, the responsible party, that's going to be a real big blemish for them. That's going to be a huge problem. Well, thanks to AI, you can now just have AI come in and replicate the online behavior of every single one of those people, and no one would know they're all dead. Like people on the outside have no fucking idea what happened over there, unless of course they physically went to location or something. But yeah, obviously that one's a little more out there, but you see what I'm saying. Legitimately, there is no benefits to having AI pretend to be someone that is dead. To pretend like they're still alive and posting and doing video calls and chats and interacting with online content, posting their own content. That shit is just terrible. There is nothing good that comes from it. And even though they say that they're not actively pursuing it, I still think they eventually will. They have the patent for it. I imagine they'll probably start moving on it if they're not already. Anyway, just wanted to yap about this a bit. That's it. See ya. You know what this is? You familiar with this expression? That's my fighting face, looking like Sirius Black on the Azkaban posters. I stumbled across something that actually just immediately pet my peeve. It is a head scratcher. It comes from Dexerto. It's an Instagram post. I saw this myself. For some reason, the algorithm fed this to me directly. Just to try and salty up my cheeks, I guess. I don't really use Instagram. The only time I go on there is to post pictures of me with my horses or chickens and whatever from the farm, or petting my goose. that kind of thing. So I went on Instagram briefly, and the first thing I saw was this. I didn't do any scrolling or the For You or anything. Just the first thing when I opened Instagram was this. YouTuber Moist Critical weighs in on why The Boys Season 5 has been a success so far. What? Pardon? Excuse me? I said that? What, is there like a Tyler Durden situation going on here? Like I'm sleepwalking and saying shit like that? What? Me? I didn't do that. Not even getting into the rest of the caption yet. Just that headline alone, I didn't do that. I made a video last night, which is just me yapping about something that stream keeps bringing up, which is, what do I think about The Boys Season 5? There's only 3 episodes left, we're approaching the finish line, and in my take, I was going over why I think this is its weakest season so far. So, like, I don't know if Dexerto just didn't watch it and just asked Grok to put me in a bikini and then summarize what I said, and it got it all wrong and gave me, like, double D melons or something. Like, I don't know how Dexerto could have even come up with this. Like, they are just putting a wiener in my mouth that was never there. Like, I don't hate The Boys Season 5 or anything, but, you know, here, I'll just play you a couple clips from it, and you tell me how the fuck Dexerto was able to reach this conclusion for their post. I think the first season is when the show was at its best because what it did was something actually unique, where you have a group of just dudes, just average Joe Schmo, booger-eating, normal goobers, going up against superhumans. That feels like an insurmountable task. How the fuck are they going to ever beat these corrupt superheroes? They have powers. They don't. So they actually had to get very creative and scheme and grind their way to accomplish anything, even begin tiptoeing in the direction of accomplishing something against these odds. So when they did actually accomplish something or beat a superhero, killing a soup, it was a triumph, and it was something extremely big, a pivotal moment. But then, as the seasons progressed, it kept losing that spark, and now it's just soup versus soup, and they're just constantly killing each other, so it just feels so weightless now. And then even the main group of the boys, they get their own superpowers as well, so it just, to me, doesn't have that same oomph that it did in Season 1. But I don't want this to be misconstrued as me thinking the show's gone to shit or something. I still enjoy it. I'm still entertained by it. Some of the core members of the boys haven't had shit to do in so long. Like Huey gets dreadfully little to actually do here. He contributes almost nothing now to beating Homelander and stopping all of this. He's just kind of tagging along for the ride. Same thing with Mother's Milk. All of that is in the very beginning of the video. It's impossible to miss unless you just miss the video itself and are just pulling things out of your butthole based on a fucking wet dream you had or something. Like, I don't hate the final season of The Boys so far or anything, but it's a far cry from the way Dexerto is posting this headline about it where, you know, I'm saying I failed the Try Not to Come challenge because Season 5 is so good and I'm singing its praises and explaining why it's so successful. Now let's go back and look at the caption. Moist Critical recently praised the success of The Boys Season 5, highlighting how the series has managed to maintain momentum 5 seasons in, pointing to its balance of outrageous violence, satire, and emotional depth as reasons for its staying power. This butt is ass, bro. What? This has to be AI generated. I mean that genuinely. I didn't say any of that in the video I made yapping on this topic last night. I didn't have a whole spiel about like, The Boys has maintained its relevancy and its momentum even 5 seasons in thanks to the brave tiptoeing act, the balancing act of dancing on the line of outrageous violence, satire, and emotional depth. That's the reason for its staying power. I never even talked about anything of the sort. He acknowledged that certain episodes felt padded, but argued that the overall narrative still hits hard with standout performances and bold storytelling choices that make this season one of Prime Video's biggest wins. I actually don't know where any of this is coming from. Whoever wrote this may have just been on ayahuasca and they fucking hallucinated this or something coming out of my mouth. I didn't fart out any of this that they're saying here. At all. You can go watch the video for yourself. That never left my lips. What I did, however, dig my heels into the sand on is what I believe to be delusional take that this final season is all filler. It's not. I do think that this is like the worst pacing The Boys has had. That I completely agree with, but I totally disagree that it's all filler. Because even the things that people point to, like Terror's little brief adventure, his little side quest where it's the banging the Homelander toy, even that little bit contributes to the overall plot in a meaningful way. So Terror banging Homelander culminates with us seeing the fallout of the boys' group through the dog's eyes. It's very quirky, it's zany, and I don't love that. I actually really don't like that they did this angle to show it, but it's not filler. You are getting important information about what's happening with the group, and most importantly, what's happening with Butcher. Because one of the core things that's been being explored is the lack of humanity in Butcher, and how now that he's completely just forsaken his humanity, he's basically just a fucking shell. He's a husk, and it's something Huey points out a lot. But in this Terror, like through Terror's eyes, as we go through this, we see him care for this dog and want to save it when he consumes chocolate and panics and worries about the dog. And that lets Huey know, that lets Huey see that there's still that human side of Butcher. And that is important to the plot. Seeing what's happening with the group is important, and it's very important seeing where Butcher is mentally, like where his character is. Is there humanity left? And through that, we know that there is at least a glimmer of it still there, a little spark. So it's important, even something as dumb as that. Like I said, I don't love that that's how they convey that information. I think it's kind of shitty. Like, I didn't love the way they did it, but it's not filler. Like, again, I agree with the complaint of pacing being a problem, but none of this is filler so far. People are even pointing at the Firecracker storyline as being filler, when that is the most important one they've explored so far. Fleshing out her deeper turmoil and her motivation, how she is at this, like, internal struggle about God and Homelander, and then they bring in her pastor who basically raised her. This is a very important struggle that we get to see that ultimately culminates with her having to decide between Homelander or God, her faith that has gotten her to this point. And she ultimately chooses to forsake God, throwing away the Jesus figure, and then shortly after, dying after choosing Homelander over God. All of that was very important to see. It's not filler. So that I will lat spread on and fight because I disagree entirely that it's filler. There has been padding. I do think there's a bit of bloat, and I think they're focusing on some things that they don't need to for way too long, so it drags a bit. But it hasn't been filler. I think that complaint is misplaced. And I actually think they've done a good job with Firecracker. I think they did a really good job with her entire character arc. And I do think it's odd how now all of a sudden no one wants to sit and learn about the characters anymore. They just want like action figures colliding for action and violence and gore. Now for some reason no one wants to sit and actually learn about the world or the characters in it that we've spent so many years with now. It's very odd. Because it's not like the boys had ever shied away from giving you like information on these characters and fleshing out like what's going on in their personal lives and how it relates to the overarching plot. They've done that plenty of times in the past, but now all of a sudden it's an issue. And I do think, like, the way that this should be framed is that for a final season, they've been extremely slow for the most part. So the expectation was everything's bubbling over, now it's going to be fucking chaos and, you know, just ass cheeks flying all over the place, whatever. Like, I could understand that complaint. Because for a final season, it really does feel like we are not in the end game. It feels like they are making this with still like the thought that they have 12 episodes left to go, when really there's only 3. So I don't see a world where this wraps up in a satisfying conclusion, because even with 3 episodes left, I feel like we're not even close to getting there. Because they have spent so much time on other things, probably for too long. But I just completely disagree that it's filler. All of it has contributed to the plot and pushing it forward. Granted, I don't always agree with the ways that they're doing it, like with the Terror plotline, but it's not filler. That's the only thing that I've been fighting for in regards to The Boys Season 5. But I agree that this has not been an amazing final season. So I don't know why this headline has popped up here. They didn't even watch the video, and the things they said that I was praising and commending, that wasn't in the video. I think they did a good job with A-Train in this season. I think they did a good job with Firecracker. And of course, Anthony Starr's Homelander is still always kind of a home run, so I think Homelander's been pretty strong too. But even then, I had a complaint there because Homelander feels much stupider now than he ever has been before, and they've randomly introduced some new weaknesses like Malchemical coming out, who's just an alcoholic gooner whose breath can knock him out instantly. That's a crazy powerful thing to just come out of nowhere with. So, like, I've had even complaints there, too. I don't know why this headline is saying the things it says about my take on The Boys Season 5. Especially that little nugget they drop in there about how I was giving flowers to their bold story choices. What? Another thing I complained about in that video that they're referencing is one of the story choices they made that I really think almost ruined the entire character with Kimiko. Kimiko being able to speak, I think, is such a strong decision, and it's something they gradually built up to for years across multiple seasons. And now having her speak, I think, is a good choice, but what they've done is they've wiped their ass with it by having her only talk in porn and Zoomer slang, just fucking Gen Z slang from TikTok, which they even point out in a moment of self-awareness, but then they just lean into it and go whole hog, and that's all she ever says now. So they took a character who was emotionally very deep and strong, and now they've reduced her to very one-dimensional, just regurgitating porn and Gen Z memes and slang. Like, that's very disappointing, and I think it's a disservice to the character that they spent so long building. So I haven't been praising a lot of their choices that they've made. I don't know where that's coming from Dexerto. And by far the most confusing thing about all of this, why is it even a post in the first place? Who gives a fuck? Even if I was just meat swallowing The Boys season 5, why is that even worth like a pseudo article, I guess, or the Instagram post? What is the purpose? It's like there's literally nothing there at all. I don't understand. Like, Dexerto's done like some decent reporting in recent times, like more so than they had in the past, where they were just grabbing fucking clips from Livestream Fail. Like, they have been at least diving more into some of like the more modern stories they've covered. But why do they also have to do this shit too? Why can't they just stick to like the decent stuff? This doesn't make sense to me, and I'm very confident that this is an AI piece that they've made. I don't think there is a single human being that will have watched that video I made yapping about The Boys and walked away with this impression and this summary. It's very peculiar. I had to talk about it a bit. It was so weird. That's really about it. So yeah. Season 4 finale of Invincible just dropped. I put my peepers on it nice and early this morning. I got up real excited. And I gotta let you know, I wasn't let down. I thought it was a really strong finale to a very strong season. But I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off right now. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. Grip your chair right now, sports fans, because it's about to get spicy. The animation blows major ass. I don't think anyone's surprised to hear me critique that aspect of this show. And I understand, I've heard the cope about why it's so stiff and bland because of, how tight the schedule is to get it out, that kind of thing. I understand that, and not wanting to like work the animators to the bone in order to meet the deadlines. I get all of that. So then, let's play ball with a little thought experiment here. What if we don't have it come out on such a strict timeline and give the animators more time to flesh it out to make it look even better? I am not someone that needs the jingling keys at all moments of a show. A lot of my favorite shows are slow burns. Invincible is not that. Every episode of Invincible, basically, has action. So when you have an action-heavy show where the action looks like action figures colliding in this weightless fucking of nothing, it's jarring and feels underwhelming, taking the wind out of the sails of a show that carries so much momentum through extraordinary writing. But since they like to have everything end in an actual physical fight, when it stands out like this, for being really not great, it just kind of sucks. Like PNGs floating around. There are multiple moments in Season 4 that are reminiscent of fucking Garu sliding down the hill in One Punch Man Season 3. And honestly, if this show wasn't so action right up in your titties at all times, I wouldn't care as much because the writing is so strong and I'm really invested in this world and this characters. But with every episode basically having fighting in it and it looks this bad, it stands out a lot and it becomes a big eye-rolling moment. And I know everyone likes to shoot spitballs and bukkake on episode 4 of this season, the one where they go to hell and it feels like filler. That is the most egregious example of it, but it's not just reserved for that. Pretty much all fights, every time they clash, looks like that, save for the key moments. And this is where it shows that they have the talent, they have the ability to make beautiful animated fights and these incredible, breathtaking sequences. They save that for like the most pivotal moments, like Conquest Round 2, the fucking remix, or Nolan and Thrag, or really just everything with Thrag getting involved there. Which I get makes sense from their budget and timeline to focus those resources there to elevate those moments because they are so important and it is a huge fight moment. But because it's used so seldomly in the season, it just lets you know what could have been if they decided to actually, you know, maybe pump the brakes a little bit on the cutthroat release schedule and let the whole season get this treatment. It would make everything so much better, in my opinion, and I would personally be fine with a longer wait in between seasons if the entire season can look like that, or look like how it did in Season 1. I praised the animation in Season 1 right when Invincible started. I thought it was beautiful. I thought they did a great job with all of it, and apparently that took like 3 years to do, so I understand that might not be feasible, and that is a much longer wait in between seasons, but surely there's got to be a Goldilocks zone in here somewhere in the pipeline where you get great animation and a timely-ish release, where it doesn't, you know, just fucking fall into the Stranger Things category of everyone forgetting about it in between seasons. My point is, this show is an incredibly good show. I love Invincible. I think it is captivating. I think it is so fucking strong. But I am constantly let down with the animation now, because it just seems to get progressively weaker. So I would just love if that could be spruced up a bit to get back to its former glory of animation quality, or something at least closer to it. But anyway, I don't want to harp on that too long because I do have a very positive takeaway from this season. Like, I was very, very entertained. As I said, I am very invested in the world and the characters, and I think Season 4 gives you so much to chew on because it brings in, I think, the most interesting character, which is Nolan. Omni-Man is doing everything he can to try and atone for his sins, but this show doesn't just flip the switch like, oh, he's a good guy now, so we all have to forgive him. It plays with this very complicated character and this very messy man as he's battling his own demons and trying so desperately to prove that he has changed. But with his whole family devastated by what he's done, no one can trust him and everyone's afraid of him. It is so well written that it's not just like this instant switch that gets flipped where everyone's like, okay, we love Nolan now, see how great he's doing, let's all pat Nolan on the ass, alright, let's go suck a fart out his butt, Nolan's a good guy now, yeehaw. They put him in his place, let him know what he did is fucked up and that he probably will never be able to actually get forgiveness for it. And Nolan starts to wrangle with that too and starts to accept that they're probably right. He probably won't be forgiven, but he's gonna keep trying because now he knows what's right from wrong, and it's what he wants to do. It's so well delivered. I genuinely think they have done an incredible job with Nolan, and it's not like his relationship with Mark and Oliver instantly get repaired because now they're fighting in this war to eradicate the rest of the Viltrumites to save Earth and everyone they care about. They don't just instantly become, you know, this perfect father and son relationship, but slowly and surely they do start to connect again on a human level. And I also really liked Thrag. He lived up to the hype. He is menacing, he is imposing, and he is by far the strongest character we've seen yet. We haven't even seen him so much as, like, feel the impact of something. Every blow that was landed on him, he allowed it to land in order to assess the strength of Mark. And at every point, he just aura farms and lets him know that this is disappointing, this is underwhelming, and they stand no fucking chance. Even Space Racer, who has, like, the anti-everything weapon, Thrag doesn't even blink at it. It can one-shot Viltrumites, it fucking one-shots planets, and Thrag just aura farms on top of it. He literally just like Gangnam Styles on it. Like, he doesn't care. He is that powerful. It is extremely cool. And speaking of Space Racer, let me talk about the group that the Coalition has put together. Overall, I really like everyone here. I think Alan is still a very enjoyable character. I like Space Racer. I do think they kind of have to nerf him because he's so powerful. He has the anti-everything doohickey, the gun that can just fucking wipe out the universe by itself, really, if he so chooses. So in order to, like, compensate for that, he kind of has to be like a moron. And he's not even stupid either, because he also, like, during the showdown with the remaining Viltrumites, he has, like, an entourage of Ragnar, which are also an anti-Viltrumite species. Like their claws, they're basically like these tiny little fucking dinosaur lizards that can hurt Viltrumites and tear them to pieces. Like the only ones that can do that, really. So he brings them on like leashes and throws them at them like projectiles, which is very cool. So he's not stupid, but he doesn't utilize his gun or his motorcycle all that well. Like, if he was just smarter and more proactive, he could probably end this entire war by himself, but he just doesn't. I still think he's very cool, but you have to kind of suspend disbelief for a moment for a guy that has a weapon that powerful. Now, another character that gets brought into this group is Tech Jacket, and she has this Galadrian technology that is very powerful, repairs itself, is able to keep up with everyone. But I gotta tell you, she doesn't really do a whole lot. Like, what she does do is important, like where she hides herself and Alan on the Viltrumite ship. Like, that obviously is big, but like in a fight, all she does is just shoot beams, right? Like, she shoots like these meaningless beams that don't do anything, and they just mosquito bites basically the Viltrumites, and then she runs away. But she's able to like tank some hits from the Viltrumites, which is impressive, but I don't think she brings a whole lot as of right now. During the skirmish with the Viltrumites, she did have like the Surlock poison where it does make them vulnerable, so she was shooting that, which is helpful. But I feel like any character could have done that because it's basically a fucking blow dart of poison. It wasn't really something Tech Jacket brought to the table as like something only Tech Jacket could do. So right now I'm not really sold on Tech Jacket being like a instrumental component of this group that's going to be so important in ultimately winning this battle against the remaining Viltrumites. I was a little underwhelmed there, but I don't think she's a bad character. I just don't think she had a lot to do here, but maybe that changes in the next, season, couple seasons, whatever it looks like. Oliver in this season also gets a lot to do. He starts to bond with Nolan while Mark is healing from the Conquest rematch. And I think they did a good job of exploring that relationship because Oliver overheard his father saying that he never cared about, his mother or anything like that. It was an accident, it shouldn't have happened, that kind of thing. So Oliver now feels like, his father doesn't even fucking respect him, doesn't want him, doesn't care about him, not in the same way as Mark. And that's another really complex theme that they start to tackle, and they do so gradually. So when it does ultimately end with Oliver and Nolan getting closer over the course of a few months, it makes sense. And I thought it was well executed. Oliver, though, it seems like he is constantly just sidelined during the big fights where he overestimates his own abilities, which I think makes sense for the character. They've established that, but it always ends with him just getting basically KO'd. So he attacks Thrag right away, and Thrag just fucking ragdolls him, rips his arm off, and fucks him up, and then he ends up, decommissioned for many, many months, and when the season ends, he is still recovering, but he's not dead. That just seems to keep happening to him. Like, that seems to be his major role, is like, fuck, Oliver just got blasted again, shit, alright. It'll be a few months before we hear from him again, but I'm assuming he'll get stronger and evolve more. Now let's talk about the star of the show, Mark. Invincible goes through hell in this season, even more so than the previous seasons, I would say. His whole life is constantly just fucking agony. It is incredible the amount of suffering he goes through. So obviously the Conquest rematch ends with him getting his fucking intestines spilled, and he's unconscious and recovering over the course of many months on this strange world. He's away from Eve, the love of his life. He's away from his home planet. He's away from his mother. He's with his father, who very complicated relationship, understandably. And it's just misery. And even when he does finally recover, then he has to go throw down with Thrag, and Thrag blasts Nolan right in front of Mark. Mark thinks his father is dead, and then it's Mark's turn on the chopping block in the Thrag Thunderdome. He gets knocked out, unconscious. He's getting his eyes gouged out, but then Thrag shows mercy because of how few of them are left. When Mark awakes yet again after this period of needing to rest and recuperate, Then he goes back to Earth thinking that the Viltrumites are there, and he is suffering from PTSD. He is constantly seeing Thrag kill people around him, but it's all in his head until the very end, which I thought this was an incredibly powerful moment. He goes for just a casual flight to clear his mind, and then he does run into Thrag. The Viltrumites are there, and Thrag reveals to him that he has a choice to make. Mark can either let the Viltrumites on his planet continue to try and rebuild their civilization through breeding with humans, which has been proven to work, thanks to Nolan, or it can be mutually assured destruction for both their species, because Thrag and the remaining 37 Viltrumites will blow up the whole planet, killing everyone there, and it will spell doom for humans and Viltrumites alike. And that is an incredibly tough thing that Mark has to battle with there, and I think it's done so well. Mark ultimately realizes that the only way is to just agree to the terms. So he does. I thought that was so fucking good. Everything they did with Mark in this season I thought was great. Even when Mark comes home, he learns about what Eve went through when he was gone, thinking that he might be dead, and how she is now pregnant and Mark's not there. So she reaches the incredibly difficult decision to have an abortion, and it's something that now Mark and Eve are now dealing with and feeling the weight of a decision of this magnitude. Season 4 really, I thought, did an incredible job of building every character and getting them to a point where you genuinely care where it goes next. And they tackle some very deep themes, and I think they do a great job with the writing. But like I said, my big complaint is the animation. If this wasn't a show that had so much action at every step of the way, I wouldn't care as much, because it would solely be, this incredible story with this incredible writing and these great characters that I care about. But because there is always a fight that happens in basically every episode, it stands out when it looks this bad. I'm sorry to say it, but it does. So I just really, really hope that maybe in the next season we can take more time here, give the animators more time to really cook it and let it breathe. Let them finally craft the fights like they did in season 1 or in the Adam Eve special. Just getting to something of that quality again would do wonders for the show, especially where it currently is. So anyway, I really liked season 4 of Invincible. I thought it was extremely strong. I would just really like to see more in terms of the animation. And I think that means giving the animators more time. I recognize that maybe that's not a sentiment shared by everyone. They just want to go, go, go. Please just keep feeding it no matter what. I would like to let them really, flex their talent here and show what they can deliver in terms of animation. Because you can see it sometimes throughout the series, like when the Mark vs. Conquest again, or Thrag, there are some really great animated moments. I would like to see the entire season have great animation, as opposed to just a couple of small pieces of it. Anyway, though, that's really about it. So yeah, since the day I was born, it was clear to everyone, my parents, the doctors, that I was born to be a gamer. I have an entire channel dedicated to non-stop gaming, Moist Critical Gaming, best gaming channel on YouTube. And I started to ponder recently, is there a way to elevate this experience of gaming, something we all take for granted? And got me thinking, because realism is something that's very important to a lot of games, but games are somewhat limited in what they can make you feel, right? Because they're a game on the screen. Yeah, they can kind of scare you with jump scares, but you'll never get that terror of feeling like you're actually in danger. It's not Ready Player One, where if you come in the game, you come in real life. And it got me thinking and stinking, is there a way to set something up that can get that kind of experience where, playing Counter-Strike, you can, feel the recoil. You can feel when you get shot within reason. Not actually you get shot in the game and you get shot in real life. Not to that extreme. And I had remembered a while ago, I'd actually seen a couple of people experiment with something like that. Most notably, the guy who created the recoil machine. This was a viral video a while back. I can't find the original anymore, but he set up a recoil machine where you would obviously feel it, and it's fucking amazing to look at. And he's not the only one that set things up like this. I remember someone did something similar with a desk where, if a grenade blows up, the desk pops, that kind of thing. So I thought, why not combine all of these ideas, creating the next evolution of realistic gaming experiences for a first-person shooter? So we started kicking around the idea with a friend of ours who's an engineer, who thought he could make it happen, so he did. And I think the results are pretty great. Alright, here it comes. See, that's how games are supposed to feel. Oh wait, I'm on SSG now.
Yeah, you're hitting big shots. Oh my god!
Yep, I got that too, by the way. Alright, give me the auto again. So this is one of many features. So instead of having like the recoil machine that's blasting your shoulder and destroying the setup, I wanted something that was somewhat functional. So having recoil on the sniper in particular, it was set up with a hydraulic blaster that when you fire an op or SSG or the auto, God forbid the auto, you go on a whole roller coaster there. That turns this shit into a Sibian sex machine. It would then blast your chair. So you'd feel the recoil, basically. Another thing was flashbangs. Flashbangs we had a massive light set up, so the flashbangs would blind you IRL, so you'd really be mindful of trying to avoid flashes in game. He also set up a hydraulic system for damage, so if you took a lot of damage, you're gonna know because the desk fucking explodes like it just got hit with dynamite. Like Wile E. Coyote got the plunger out and just exploded the desk.
Alright, bus driver, move that bus.
Cowabunga.
I knew that would be it. Imagine you're watching Long from B and you just hear tink, 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 tink. And then this.
And then you hear your teammate explode IRL.
You hear somebody just scream. Oh, it did fuck up the bottom. Oh, it did. Yeah. Big old hole.
Yeah.
So cracked to the corner, too.
Yeah.
There's also the tack vest. I don't actually know what this is called. This is just a piece of equipment that already exists that he found and decided to slap it on to see what that feels like. So it's like something for your wrists and your chest. So when you're shot in the game, it'll like vibrate or somewhat like indicate through pressure where you got shot. It's a nifty little thing, but it's more of a novelty than like an actual realism thing. But the hydraulic systems to the chair and the desk were fucking extraordinary. It really amplified the stakes, and the flashbangs were legitimately debilitating. So, naturally, after making sure everything worked, we took it into ranked. It's been a while. I'm home.
Oh, there goes my Dust 2 rank.
Does SSG make it go off as well? This is just going to be a dead round. This is just me on haptic feedback playing Counter-Strike. Oh my god.
Oh, we forgot to put pyrotechnics in. Heated seat would be
The chair lights on fire when you're in a volley.
Heated seat would actually go ballistic.
Oh, is that like that new show, Heated Rifle?
Oh! If he peeks, man, I tell you.
You're racking up money for that op.
Mm-hmm. Good to shoot. My team just called me out, by the way.
What did they say?
He said, move up, bomb. I had bomb. Yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, yep, I do it to him like that.
He's just winning the game.
Yeah, I just do it to him like that.
That's crazy.
It's no big deal, though. I mean, it's no big deal.
All right, so what are you thinking? Well, you didn't die. You don't have to pump it up.
No, not yet, I don't. That table bounce almost got me killed, though, I'll tell you what.
Oh, flash out. Those are actually so great.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, I got it.
What a shot.
Big shots.
I'll go in the hole.
Because he's immersed.
Yeah, it's the immersion, baby. Yeah.
Better.
Matt, you might just start climbing today. I'm gonna tell you something.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna tell you something you don't want to hear, but I'm kind of doing it to him.
Is this enhancing your immersion? You feel like you're in the game?
I do.
Like you're locking in more?
Yeah, like I'm at the optimal distance, 10 feet away from the screen. I got my haptic feedback in my hydraulic chair.
Charlie can just see a pixel move a little bit and he shoots. Can't even make out the full screen.
Oh my god.
We got tangos, we got tangos.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
You almost killed it, man. I almost did.
Oh,
He's pushing.
Oh! Okay.
Now he's gotta go up somewhere. Oh, he died. We gotta go up 5% on
Alright.
each.
Crank me up.
Yo, can you grab Bob? Come along with us.
If this guy gives me another order, I swear to God, what a douchebag.
Actually, the nicest person I've ever heard encounter.
Legitimately, this guy
hasn't ripped a single slur at you.
No! Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
The tape held!
I think it pushed the monitor down. Like,
yeah, it did. Definitely did.
Oh, that timing is so sad.
Oh, you're just lucky he didn't hit you with a sniper.
Yeah, I got lucky that the Molotov cooked me a bit first.
You want to go?
Yeah, you can crank me up. I got it.
Crank above 10 more percent?
Yeah, give me 10 more. Give me 10 more. I'm ready. That's fucking eagle work.
Playing in an AMC IMAX theater there.
Oh my god, I'm so bad at eagle peeping now. Holy shit, that was terrible.
You ever played during the case opening frenzy a couple months ago?
Nah, I didn't actually play.
Just open case opening.
Oh! What a shot. Oh boy. Yeah, that was... I mean, once that desk jumped, I no longer had my aim on. It's weird how that works.
That sounds like a skill issue.
True.
You know what they say? War is hell. Oh, you're lucky that would be closer.
Oh!
I can imagine this on that already.
That's so close.
Oh! Oh, damn. Okay.
Oh, you got lucky again?
Yeah, I got lucky that he chipped me first. Well, I actually hit myself with a grenade first. Alright, we can crank the power up again.
Alright.
Alright, much better. Is he watching Cat?
Oh, you got him! Oh! He's back, baby.
I'm back. They actually thought Smoke would stop me. Watch this. Imagine though. But just imagine though.
It looks so funny. How much it's flipping.
When this gets to like 100, my bucket hat's gonna fucking fly off.
Oh, a little bit of a lag spike.
No! If only he knew how effective that flashbang really was. I'm not gonna... This ain't gonna get me airborne. See,
oh yeah, what is that gonna do for him? If he flipped backwards. There's no shot he flips backwards.
He's sumo squatting.
Yes.
Long push. Oh.
I can't believe
Smokes B. Hard copy.
You guys sound like I'm
Oh wow. Oh wow. I'm falling apart. Oh, I didn't even see him cross. We won that game, by the way. I certainly cooled off after the desk kept blowing up multiple times and the monitor got all cattywampus and I was 20 feet away from the table. But, you know, it's an experiment and we did end up squeaking out the W. Matt then hopped into the hot seat. Didn't go as swimmingly. I will spoil a bit for you.
It makes me jump every time.
You should ask your teammates on mic, like, do you guys have your desk set to 30% 30% or 40%?
What's the PSI on your chairs, guys?
All right. Anyone want to start the next game here?
Yeah, let me give it a try.
Give this one a whirl.
This is crazy. This feels just like how I set up at home.
Mm-hmm.
With your wrist weights.
Right. Whoops.
Now try leaning back. I can't like now.
That's much scarier.
Feels good though.
It gives you a little whiplash.
You're a behold kind of guy.
Not normally. I just bought a grenade, so. Oh, there they are. Oh, Von Winkeldorf got me. Oh, glass cannon up.
It's off time, baby. Show them what you're made of. Give them a little warm up. Yeah.
It really makes you flinch.
Yeah, they heard you buy that out. Now they're afraid.
My team has no comms.
Oh! You ripped it off. You gotta hit your shots, man. That won't happen.
There was a brief moment where it was,
the piston's just hanging from
it
the
was
table.
deciding whether. Oh, is it stuck in the table?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's on the table. Oh shit! That gets the blood pumping. All right.
Don't you shoot that.
Oh, they're voting to kick you, man.
Shoot them all! Oh, you alright?
No, they voted to kick my brain. How about we go into a death match or something?
Well, we have no choice now.
Overall, Dust 2. There we go.
Oh,
that sounded
that
strong.
one.
Yeah, that one's definitely.
That one got her.
That's what he's looking for.
Yeah, that's gonna get me up in the morning.
You know what we should do?
Oh, what a shot!
Damn right I hit it. I don't miss these shots. You saw me in the ranked game.
Oh my god, I'm turned on.
I'm online. Oh my god. Yeah, you know I'm good for it. You know I'm good for it.
At some point you can't even get back down, it just keeps you on. Got him.
Oh man, you're cooking. You just get used to the motion, now your aim's fine.
I'm like getting seasick.
Alright, crank it.
Yeah, I think we just, let's max it out and let's see what it looks like.
Alright.
Do you want me as the guinea pig when you max it out, or are you
Yeah,
doing
you're
it?
already there.
Well, I think he's gotta change what you said.
Alright, here we go.
Alright, get in there.
You got it.
God, the platform.
You need to
came
scoot
up.
forward.
Yeah.
You can chase out the direction.
I'm in.
That's it. Alright, maybe I just way too much.
Wait.
The auto's the one above it. If you want like
Okay,
a
okay.
crazy ride.
Alright. that looks about right. That's about right. Yeah, I hit that wall pretty good. Yes.
You should have
Do you want
probably-
to try here? Sure.
Oh, yeah, Aaron.
There we go.
That a boy.
Oh,
He doesn't know how close he was.
he grazed him.
Alright, do you want to turn the desk back on? And...
Almost had him.
Oh, good shooting.
It's that easy. She's not even zoomed. Okay.
I love the stamps that we have to take. To
Yeah,
say
yeah. Ooh.
Oh man.
It is like a sumo squat. I'm about to do some big shikos lifting my legs. I had her squirting. Alright, do you want to get the desk going again?
Yeah, I'd say let's turn the desk on, let's crank it up a bit, and then I think we just finish off with
That will be the end of it because it's gonna blow everything off. So we can, yeah.
Alright.
Flash yourself for good measure.
Yeah, I'm
So you
gonna.
can't see the table coming.
I'm gonna do what Matt said: flash and then grenade. But I'm not gonna auto as well
Yeah.
because then I'm just gonna probably kill myself. IRL.
Right.
All right.
Do it. A bit of a flash in the corner.
Jesus. Well, the monitor's okay.
Overall, this is what engineering is all about. We asked a question and found someone far smarter than us to invent the answer. And I really like the answer. I think there's even more potential with this idea. This was just round one of the concept, and I know it's a concept that's been explored by others in different ways, also using Counter-Strike. This is just our entry into it, and I want to see, maybe there's even more fleshing out to be done. Anyway, though, that's really about it. So, yeah, Island Boy. Did that just send you into a fight or flight response? Yeah, I bet it did. That's a name you probably haven't heard in many moons now. The Island Boys have had a huge fall off. Very few people even remember them. I completely forgot they existed until a clip surfaced of one of them doing a 20 women versus one Island Boy, and he was just getting brutally cooked, absolutely roasted. It wasn't like a dating thing, it was more just 20 women line up to insult this guy to his face, but he is so unbelievably stupid, he can't even understand half of the insults. It's cinema, and I have to share it with all of you.
In today's video, we got 20 women versus one Island Boy.
This intro had me giggling hard. I was hooked immediately. 20 women versus one Island Boy. And the guy's just awkwardly sitting there doing this. That kind of thing. Oh, man. I knew I was in for a good time watching this.
Alright, what's up? Listen, I'm the Island Boy. I'm here with this girl. What's your name?
Annie.
Annie. I'm gonna rate you 8.
I didn't think it was possible to have this low of a charisma stat. This guy can very barely get words out of his mouth. And he looks like he is like spamming idle animations on a Mortal Kombat character select screen just to stay somewhat lucid. Because it looks like if he stopped moving for more than like 3 seconds, like stopped swaying, his whole body would shut off. It looks like he is perpetually on the verge of passing out. Like his brain has to work so hard just to get a few neurons to fire to do the bare minimum of human sentience. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before.
Oh, she's an A. Why you give her this an A, bro?
I don't know. Are you Asian?
Yeah.
You're Asian?
Mm-hmm.
Like fully Asian?
I'm half Vietnamese.
I don't know, because I heard Asian girls have like bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who told you that?
I f***ed the Asian girl before.
Oh, it's not me though.
It's not you?
Mm-mm.
Okay. What am I supposed to do with her? Yes?
So how you feel? You said swipe right?
Yeah.
Swipe right is good.
Nice! Look at the way the Island Boy handles business here. Smooth talking, silver tongued Casanova. Are you Asian? I heard Asian girls have something pussy, I think is what he said. And then she said, okay, where'd you hear that? And he just goes, I fucked an Asian girl. So you heard it from yourself. I also don't think he fucked an Asian girl, by the way. I think he was trying to look cool. It's incredible how just, even through the computer screen, I'm getting dry. Like, it's making me, like, shrivel up into myself. I can only imagine what it's like to be in the same room as this kind of vermin. Like, it's like a Dementor of vibes. He comes in, he just sucks out all good vibes and leaves nothing but awkward cringe in its wake.
Swipe right?
Right? Alright, so she good.
Okay. Man, what the f?
You have nothing to say? What?
Do you have a fake chain or something?
How can someone be this observably dumb? He is an actual imbecile. Every time he opens his mouth, you can hear the idiot inside of him. This guy is actually just fucking stupid. By every measurable metric imaginable, he is just fucking dumb. And he can't interact with people at all. So even on this dating show, he can't muster the bare minimum of introducing himself. The best he can do is interrogate her about a fake chain. And the host of this has to keep prodding the island boy for a couple of extra thoughts because he just can't speak in more than like 3 words at a time. So the host is like, why'd you rate that girl an 8? Or, why do you think that, Fly? That's the island boy's name. This is Fly, one half of the island boys. It's unfathomable. And honestly, seeing that they're successful should show you just how far we have devolved as a species, that we allow someone like this to have as much money as he does. It's so embarrassing. It's so fucking sad and pathetic.
You have fake chains, so what's the problem with me having a fake chain?
I don't have any chains on.
Well, I mean, you have fake chains, so like if I have a fake chain, why is that? You're
Girl,
supposed to be asking my name and introducing yourself.
Girl, what are you talking about? I have fake chains?
Well, you're asking about my chain. Like, where are you introducing yourself? What's your name?
Okay, yes, my name is Fly.
Fly, you kissed your brother.
I most definitely kissed my brother.
Yep, uh-huh.
And I made millions off of it.
Oh, congratulations, bro. You'd do it again?
No.
You wouldn't? Okay, valid. I mean, I wouldn't either.
Wait, Fly, why you say no? Like, why you say you wouldn't, bro?
I feel like the host also despises this worm. He's constantly kind of poking him like, so why wouldn't you kiss your brother anymore, Fly? Come on, explain it. Now, this is the clip that went viral, is this lady in the gray outfit. She came on and just instantly tears this guy's asshole apart. She stretches Fly's ass full goatsy and does not let up. So she immediately lets the audience know that Fly makes out with his brother for internet attention and money online. Fly likes to claim that through kissing his brother, he makes millions, which is a full-blown fib. That is a super lie. There is no way he and his brother have generated millions of dollars through them constantly making out in those videos. Nobody wants to see that disgusting shit. The only reason the Island Boys did make money is because they were paid for appearances so people could clown on them. And the people that watch them solely to make fun of them. They are a public spittoon that people like spitting on. So they made a lot of money through that. Not through the incest that they used to like to film for content online. He definitely hasn't made millions from making out with his brother.
If you made millions off of it, wouldn't you do it again?
Because look, to be honest with you, like she said, I had fake chains on.
You said is my chain fake.
And to be honest with you, listen, I wouldn't. Okay, if I was to walk past by you at the mall, I would. Well, I don't go to malls. But I wouldn't even look at you.
Thank God.
He can't even process a question. The host said, why wouldn't you do that anymore, Fly, about making out with his brother? Explain why you put the kibosh on that. And it didn't register at all. He completely forgot that that ever existed because his brain is so fucking poisoned from drugs and lean and whatever else. So he completely forgot about that and then said, like, because she talked about me having fake chains. So you stopped kissing your brother because she came in here and said that you have fake chains? What are you talking about, you fucking weirdo? You absolute degenerate scumbag weirdo. And then he's like, if I passed you in a mall, actually I don't go to malls. But if I pass by you, I wouldn't look at you.
I mean, you're my height, you're scrawny, you're skinnier than me, you wear a size small, you made out with your brother, everyone thinks you're Jeffrey Epstein's son. Like, I mean, good job.
Okay.
You're looking for your third baby mother because the first 2 you couldn't keep?
My third baby mama.
No.
Why would I? Why
are you on a 2v1? I'm just asking.
Because
you
I was
yourself.
asked to. Okay.
You could have just introduced yourself.
Listen.
If you're gonna be rude, I'll be rude too.
Bro, just listen. Look.
Okay, now I'll listen.
Okay, listen. You look like you're from Minnesota.
Okay, and you look like you're 5'2".
Okay, that's fine.
Do you have like booster shoes?
No, I don't have booster shoes.
Do you have a booster seat for when you drive?
I like his shoes though. I ain't gonna lie though. I like his shoes though.
His shoes are hard, but they have a little extra height option.
Why are we all playing around about his shoes looking hard? They are not. That looks like some shit I would have worn when I was 8 years old with the little light up things on the bottom of your shoes where it gives like little RGB gamer lights when you take steps. That looks like what he's wearing. He is wearing bedazzled fucking combat boots with 5-inch heels on them. They are not cool. And she is absolutely right. This guy is a loser, and she is just saying that directly to his face, insulting him, and it just looks like he is in a state of blue screening in the brain. Like he is just constantly blue screened. He can't grasp a thought, he can't talk, and he doesn't know what anyone's saying to him, it sounds like. I imagine what goes through his head is what went through Spike's head in that episode of Rugrats when you got the POV of Spike the dog, where anytime like the parents were talking to Spike, it was "Abu-ba-gabba-go-babba-ga, Spike." Like that's what I imagine the island boy hears anytime someone speaks to him.
Look, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I spend a lot of money on my
That's
drip.
great. That's awesome. I saw you shopping at Lululemon the other day.
Dude, at Lululemon, it was for a girl.
Okay, good.
Girl, I have a mansion. I have a nice
That's
car.
rented on Airbnb.
I have a nice car.
I'm so proud of you.
Okay.
Good job.
And you're broke as
Okay, yes. Did kissing your brother get you the mansion?
Girl, to be honest, you need to dye your hair black
Okay.
because you look
Black?
Yes, because you look emo.
Okay, now I'm emo.
Yeah, not you.
I'm emo because you kissed your brother.
Your teeth are yellow.
Okay, that's fine. I can get them fixed, but you can't unkiss your brother.
Okay. Bro, why am I talking to this stupid?
It's like he's about to cry. That one he understood. That one penetrated his infinity layer of stupidity that surrounds his body. That one made it through. That insult landed, and he is not happy. Jiminy Christmas, just listening to him, though, his insults. Your teeth are yellow. You should dye your hair black because you're emo. Like, how do you even take someone like that seriously? It's so pathetic. It's like, it's almost pitiful. Like, I almost feel bad for him if he wasn't just such an insufferable douchebag asshole.
Because you kept talking. I kept responding.
Girl, I'm better than you.
You're not. You're my height.
My status is better than you.
Says who?
Okay.
You're famous for what? You get clowned on the internet for fun. Good job. You're famous for getting laughed at.
What do you want to be?
Oh, Jinkies, she is so right. Their entire legacy, their entire existence is just to be laughed at. They are just a laughing stock, and they have made some money off of just being those clowns. He is not better than her. Like, he likes to try and pretend that he's better than everyone he interacts with, and his status is so much better. But she's right. He's just someone that people can't help but point and laugh at because they're fucking losers.
Sienna, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I don't know. But when I grow up, I don't want to make out with my brother, and I want to keep my husband. I don't want to have 3 baby mamas.
Watch, now she gets stuck.
I didn't get stuck. I just responded.
What car do you drive?
Why does it matter what car I drive? I'm a woman. You're a man. So why are you bag checking me? Can you not compete with a man? Do you feel like insecure competing with men?
No, to be honest with you,
okay.
I do this all the time.
Oh, you compete with girls all the time? I know. You argue with women a lot on the internet. I see.
Brutal. Just absolutely brutal. She is just spanking him over and over and over again. And anytime Fly tries to get any sentence out, he keeps stumbling over his words and just bumbling them. So then the host steps in to try and, like, steer it a little more. But even the host then just starts sarcastically making fun of Fly, too. And Fly is too fucking dumb to recognize that everyone in this facility is insulting him and making fun of him, laughing at him.
Hold on, I think we're getting confused. Sienna, look, listen.
Nice to meet you, though.
Just by looking at Fly, if you had to rate him 1 through 10, what would you rate him?
Listen, to be honest with you,
Is your brother taller?
He's my twin.
So no, they're both short? I don't know. He's like a 4.5. You know, his personality brings it down.
Sienna, he got some drip on though. You know the drip.
Cool. The outfit is cool.
He's
but the
drippy.
personality
Bro,
brings
I don't
it down.
give a about my outfit.
I'm so glad.
I don't. To be honest with you.
So now the host and Sienna are kind of just like bonding here over talking about Fly and also talking over him too, because I feel like no one wants to hear him get these fucking words out that he's struggling through. So now they're just talking over him and about him and laughing at him.
What went wrong, bro? What happened?
Bro, to be honest with you, if this was to go viral, it's because of me. And to be honest with you,
you ain't like her?
No, she's a fan. No.
Wait, hold on, Flash. Let her at least step up to the plate right quick.
The host has me laughing, man. I gotta be honest. He's like, okay, Fly, so what went wrong there? What's crazy is the host had to step in to even like have a conversation through Fly because he is completely incapable of talking to human beings. So the host was really the one talking with Sienna. And then, you know, he eventually breaks down and gets her to get out of there, you know, tells her scram. And then everyone, you can literally hear everyone in the studio laughing at the island boy. So now he's pouting. So now he's like crouched over, really upset, and he's got a little tantrum going on. So the next girl that steps up, he just instantly says, "No! Get out of here! No!"
Immediately no? Is it because she made you mad, or is it like genuinely like no, just immediately?
Immediately no, to be honest with you.
Can I ask why?
She calls him out on it too, like, is it just because you're mad? Because of what happened there, where you just got absolutely fucking smacked down there like it was WWE? Is that what's going on here? He's like, no, it's just immediately no. I just immediately no.
Because
You gotta introduce yourself. I don't think he's ever had like some nice chocolate in his life. Like, you know what I'm saying? He done experienced the white, the Hispanic. Fly, what you know about chocolate, bro?
I fucked a black girl before, and to be honest with you, she just played NBA YoungBoy, and she just.
I don't even listen to that. I don't listen to most rapper trap music. My name's Mila, by the way.
Okay. I also don't like your name.
He's such a fucking loser. It's crazy. Like, you could not write or create a bigger loser of a character in a show, right? Like, a cartoon couldn't make someone this pathetic. It goes against conventional wisdom that he exists in the current state that he does. He is shockingly pathetic. And I couldn't watch the whole thing. It was just too painful just listening to him. So I skipped to the end because the title says Gone Wrong, and I wasn't sure if it was about him just getting roasted all the time or if there was something like that went crazy. And I think it refers to how it ends, which is him basically just walking off. I think he finally started to recognize that no one there respects him. No one there takes him seriously. He is a fucking joke. So then he eventually storms off.
That Loki cool.
Because
I would paint you.
That's hard.
I don't really need your paint because it's not gonna do nothing for me.
Okay.
So, right, you good, you straight, go.
Alright, he said you good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay.
We might have to get that painting in. Hold on, we might have to see that painting.
I'm out of this bitch.
No. Wait, can I go next? Can I go next
I'm
at
out.
least?
Can I go in your car?
What do you mean, can you go in their car? What about your car? Don't you drive something super nice, Fly? I have to imagine you're rolling around in some kind of Ferrari or a Lambo or something, right, dude? From all the millions you made making out with your brother? Why are you trying to bum a ride off with someone in the studio? That's not very hard, especially when half of what he said throughout this was about his money and his status. That's a little weird and peculiar. But yeah, that's kind of where it ends. It then just goes on to like behind the scenes shots of him just like waddling his way around and people laughing at him. It's yeah, I mean that's kind of the whole 20v1 there on the island boy. What an adventure. What a journey. That shit was something special. I had to yap about it. That's about it. So yeah. Wow. I don't even know how to appropriately express my shock for what just unfolded here. Best I can do is one of these. Like a Mr. Beast thumbnail. Melania Trump, from out of nowhere, just delivered a speech going over Epstein. The whole thing was more surprising than when people learned Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. And even more surprising for me, because I only recently learned that Melania can speak. I hadn't heard a peep from her in many years. I just assumed she had taken like a vow of silence or something. And that Trump just speaks for her. I only learned that she talks after the trailers for the Melania documentary, which, by the way, is directed by Brett Ratner, who was also present in the Epstein files with some not good photos out there of him. interesting choice to direct her movie. A big part of this press conference was about how it's a bunch of lies that she was like a close associate of Epstein or like a victim of Epstein, and that it was only ever casual correspondence with Maxwell/Epstein, and that the email that recently came out, you know, it's misleading. It's not actually indicative of like a personal connection there. So she tries to defend that and shoot all of that down. And then she also says some things that are directly contradictory to Donald Trump and the entire administration's stance on the Epstein files.
Now is the time for Congress to act. Epstein was not alone.
Those words alone just had Kash Patel shoot up out of his bed in cold sweats, awaken abruptly from his slumber, tinkling his britches, and he's going to need to calm down by butt-chugging some brewskis, because Perjury Patel has maintained that there's no credible evidence that Epstein trafficked minors to anyone. The only person is Epstein and Maxwell. That's it. There's no other clients or anything. But here, the First Lady is saying Congress needs to act and that Epstein wasn't alone. This flies in the face of the official stance of the administration and Donald Trump himself, where they talk about how justice has been served, so get over it. Even Todd Blanche is not even shy about it. Not a crime to party with Epstein. Probably won't be doing any further investigations. Their official stance is that everything that would ever happen with the Epstein files has happened, and that the American people shouldn't care about it, and anyone that does care about it is a bad person. Also, the Epstein files aren't real. They're a Democrat hoax. Meanwhile, from out of nowhere, Melania Trump delivers this speech where she's talking about her relationship to Epstein and how, like, there's a bunch of lies about it and it's all not true, but also how important the Epstein files are and that action needs to be taken, which is very, very much flying in the face of her husband's perspective on it and the administration that has desperately tried to make people forget about it. This came out of nowhere. Melania Trump delivered this at a time where no one was talking about the Epstein files. The media had forgotten about it. The administration got hit by the Men in Black neuralizer, so they didn't even know who Epstein was. They forgot that name entirely. And then Melania Trump comes and does this.
I call on Congress to provide the women who have been victimized by Epstein with a public hearing specifically centered around the survivors. Give these victims their opportunity to testify under oath in front of Congress with the power of sworn testimony. Each and every woman should have her day to tell her story in public if she wishes, and then her testimony should be permanently entered into the congressional record. Then, and only then, we will have the truth. Thank you.
This had to be a huge jump scare to most people in the administration because I don't think they signed off on that. And I read a couple reports that she went rogue and did this without like official approval through the channels of the Epstein administration and their attempts to cover it up at every possible angle imaginable. So if those reports are true, if that's accurate and she did this just willy-nilly, you know, on a whim, I bet the administration is fucking fuming over it. And now she calls for Congress to act, but Melania, get ready for the cold water. That call's coming from inside the house. You need look only in your bedside. Donald Trump is one of the main perpetrators of covering this shit up. His whole administration does everything in their power to bury it. So she is now mentioning the Epstein survivors directly, that's like Voldemort's name to this administration. They do not address the survivors, the victims of Epstein. So that was extremely surprising to hear her directly talk about it and how important it is to hear their testimony. I agree. We should be able to hear more from them and get more information about their experiences here and at least hear from them, which has been something this administration has been desperately trying to avoid, plugging their ears to it. I think she's right when it comes to that. Now, this wasn't the only thing she was addressing during this. The main thing is she was trying to set the record straight on her connection to Epstein and how they weren't close at all and all of these lies that have been spread about her being an Epstein victim or a close associate and pal are just a bunch of hooey, it's all hogwash. Which, again, comes out of nowhere because I hadn't heard those claims come up in months. This has been something the mainstream media has been radio silent on, crickets. So this just came out of nowhere and once again puts it right in people's noodle, brings it, right up front and center, which is great. I mean, actually, it's really wonderful that she decided to start talking about Epstein again in this way, because now, once again, it will remind people of the blatant corruption and the evil, the heinous acts that are being covered up here from this administration. It really is so wild because this was not being discussed all that openly. I do know now, as a result of this, that some email has been shared about her emailing with Epstein and Maxwell or something to that effect, which is something she also talks about in this, so I'm guessing that was probably the catalyst that made her want to do this. But it was something that people weren't really talking about until she brought it up. It's like if I go into a crowded theater and I say, all right, everyone, listen up. I just want to make it clear I did not shit my pants. And I don't want anyone here to think that I did. All right, now that that's out of the way, carry on. It's one of those things where it's like, hey, we weren't even really, thinking about that, but now that you've mentioned it, it makes us think that you might have doo-dooed. Did you poop your pants? I what's bringing this up here?
The lies linking me with the disgraceful Jeffrey Epstein need to end today. The individuals lying about me are devoid of ethical standards, humility, and respect. I do not object to their ignorance, but rather I reject their mean-spirited attempts to defame my reputation. I never been friends with Epstein. Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time, since overlapping in social circles is common in New York City and Palm Beach.
Just ignore the numerous photos of Melania with Trump and with Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell. I mean, they're right there at your fingertips, but don't look them up. Clearly, she didn't have a relationship, a friendly relationship with Epstein and Maxwell. She's just photographed with them multiple times, that's all, I find it a little hard to believe that they weren't friends or close in some capacity. Jiminy Christmas, again, the director of her documentary that just came out is Brett Ratner, who is in the Epstein files. I imagine they probably met through Epstein. I mean, that's just a hunch. I don't know that for sure, but that's quite a coinky-dink, don't you think? I feel like she doesn't do a good job of, actually convincing people that there's no, connection between her and Epstein and Maxwell, that they weren't really friends, because it flies in the face of what your eyes can see. The photos, the emails that just came out. There's plenty of things to suggest they were friendly at the very least. Maybe she wasn't an Epstein victim per se, but it does seem like she was a pal to Maxwell and Epstein.
To be clear, I never had a relationship with Epstein or his accomplice, Maxwell. My email reply to Maxwell cannot be categorized as anything more than casual correspondence. My polite reply to her email doesn't amount to anything more than a trivial note. I am not Epstein's victim. Epstein did not introduce me to Donald Trump. I met my husband by chance at a New York City party in 1998. This initial encounter with my husband is documented in a detail in my book, Melania.
Nice, big shout out for her book, that's huge. I'm surprised she also didn't make a mention of the documentary or her cryptocurrency Melania coin. This was a great opportunity for her to shout out the shit coin, what the fuck? She missed a huge marketing opportunity, but at least she got to name drop the book, so everyone can go pick that puppy up. I know everyone's really biting at their nails, just salivating, waiting to get their hands on more Melania content, and luckily she addresses that while talking about Epstein. And I like how she uses that as evidence, nope, this can't be true about meeting Trump through Epstein, because if you read my book, I actually documented the first time we met. And you can't lie when writing a book. It's 100% truthful. It's gotta be. It's a book. You can't make shit up there. What the fuck? That's not evidence. I have no idea if she actually met Trump through Epstein or the parties there or whatever. I don't know. But it's not like this shuts anything down. Again, this only makes people think that there is a more deep connection here between Melania and Epstein than previously thought. Like before, it was just rumors and like potential explanations and theories, but her coming forward once again just adds more fuel to that fire because she doesn't actually really prove anything at all. She just once again reminds people of it. And I imagine a lot of people that were watching this didn't even know that Melania had so many photographs and stuff with Epstein and Maxwell, or had like the emails with Maxwell. Like I bet this actually put it on people's radar. And like I said, this really did come out of nowhere because it's not like Epstein was a huge topic at the moment. With everything else going on, pretty much no one was talking about Epstein until she brought it up here. Which, I mean, again, I think it's great that people are reminded of it because it's a huge fucking problem. It is extremely important, and there is still no justice even being pursued by this administration. So I am glad to see more people talking about it again. I am just really shocked to see how this happened. I would have never predicted something like this to go down here. And like I said at the beginning, she does have like a whole like minute and a half worth at the end of her press conference here dedicated to talking about how important it is and how Epstein wasn't working alone and how there still needs to be justice and that the survivors need to be heard. We need to get more information. That's huge. And that is correct. We do need that. So hopefully we can start moving in that direction. I mean, the First Lady has now just made a big press conference, and it was brought up here. And it is very different than the official administration stance. So, what happens now, I wonder? I'm just very curious to see what comes next, because Donald Trump's wife has now just directly gone against what he says in regards to the Epstein files publicly. So, I guess we'll see how it all shakes out. That's really about it. So yeah, boy howdy do I have a wacky update for you. If you're standing up, you're gonna want to take a seat. This is big. This will wake your grandma up. I posted a video earlier today giving you the aftermath of the r/art Reddit mod meltdown and how apparently the entire mod team had resigned, basically turning in their badge and gun saying, you know what? We're done here, bucko. All because one greasy ghoul on the moderation team let his ego spiral out of control because of that small crumb of power he was given as a moderator on the subreddit. And he just went ballistic. He lost his mind, lost his marbles, but could never lose his virginity, and it was just pure pandemonium. He got called out, couldn't handle the criticism, and then it seems like the entire mod team disbanded because of it. But I just learned, because I was reading the comments on the video, that Dolan Darkest had posted an update to the story that actually paints a very different, even more pathetic picture than what we thought happened. Because their post just says, we out, you win, we all resign. But what if I told you that's not the whole story? What if I told you that was a big fat lie? The calls coming from inside the house. It turns out that the real scoop here is even more degenerate than you could possibly imagine. Like, I don't even think fanfic writers would have come up with something this embarrassingly pathetic. So, big thanks to Dolan Darkest for uncovering this, because it is unbelievably comical. This is a truly special crash out that undoes 15 years of professional Redditing. It's incredible. And I use the word professional Redditing in jest. That's not really a thing. If anyone calls himself a professional Redditor, that is someone that needs to be locked inside Arkham Asylum ASAP.
It turns out the moderator who power tripped and caused all of this in the first place, known as Neo Diogenes, actually had one last power trip. According to one moderator, they had no idea what had happened, as no communication was given when the subreddit was locked down. He undid this lockdown, and then he got kicked as a mod.
So this was one of the mods on the team that was unaware they were fighting in a war right now. They didn't know Judgment Day had happened. So they're saying, I woke up to a bunch of people DMing me about a situation I knew nothing about and responding to my comments in completely unrelated subreddits. I contacted admins, tried to contact the mod who had locked the subreddit through various channels, attempted to undo the lock, got my actions undone, then got booted as a mod. Now I see posts from meme subreddits I frequent and give my side. I haven't chosen anything lol. He then went on to explain that there can be unlimited mods, so he wasn't like taking somebody's space by being there and only did what he could to help out with some of the tools and things like that. And it was not like, you know, constant updates what was happening there, which is why he was out of the loop. So Scooby-Doo and the crew pulled up here, and Dolan unmasked the mustache-twirling evil villain, and it turns out it was someone named Neo Diogenes, which, according to a lot of people on Reddit, is someone that has somewhat of a toxic history. I'm not overly familiar with Neo Diogenes and his reign of tyranny and terror. I have no clue. But according to Dolan, that was the mod that was going on this wacky power trip. And this mod here is saying that they actually tried to lift the lockdown, which, trying to get them out of DEF CON, ended up putting their own asshole in the crosshairs of superstar sniper Neo Diogenes, and he enacted revenge. He reinstated lockdown protocol and then booted this mod.
The only other active moderator I could find also posted that they didn't leave voluntarily, calling the mod that kicked them stupid, and providing proof they were randomly kicked, saying it was definitely just one mod crashing out.
This is another r/art moderator echoing the same sentiment as the previous one about getting kicked randomly. So basically, Neo Diogenes was purging. He was on a fucking crazy crash out, leaving bodies in his wake. I don't have access to any logs anymore, but I can post this as proof that I didn't leave voluntarily. You don't get these messages when you leave a subreddit on your own. I'm not sure which mod did it, but they're fucking stupid in any case. And then they posted the screenshot. The other message Dolan highlights from this mod is about how they believe it is one mod crashing out, which I think is the correct theory here. I think that's pinning the tail on the donkey. And keep in mind, all of this started because the person whose post they removed messaged him asking, "Are you really going to do this because I provided information?" That's what started all of this. Someone just messaged the mod loosely questioning their decision, like with the enforcement of their rules, because it was a bit of a stretch. And that's what started all of this. Someone dared have the gall, the strong chin, to question Neo Diogenes.
Now, during Neo Diogenes' crash out, he actually left a bunch of unhinged, sarcastic messages, deleting them 30 minutes later. Comments such as, "You're right, we look like total shits. It's why we quit. Better to be done with all that because we obviously suck at everything. You won, we quit. Go and live life to the fullest, champ. Like I said, I'm boring."
Looking at the message history from Neo Diogenes is just so sad. Yep, it's my fragile ego. For 15 years, all I did was, I'm assuming that says moderate. I don't know why it's censored. Maybe it's a joke. Maybe Dolan's viewing it as like a slur. And Reddit. Sometimes simultaneously. Holy shit, this guy's like an X-Men mutant. He's able to moderate and Reddit at the same time? What the fuck? I didn't know anyone could be so powerful. I was blissfully unaware that superhumans like this existed amongst us mere mortals. Wow, that's crazy talent. God, the tone of his messages is truly insufferable, just playing the world's smallest violin for his pity party and the wambulance showing up. Yep, that's right, it was a temper tantrum. I've learned my lesson, it's why I'm not going to be a mod again. I'm not cut out for it. Sure, whatever you want to call it, either way the result is what you see. You're right, it would have been a good idea in hindsight and all that. You're right, we look like total shits, it's why we quit. Better to be done with all that because we obviously suck at, well, everything. Actually disgusting that he's roping in anyone else on the mod team to his temper tantrum. This was a solo project here from this guy. It was entirely just him alone on the front lines of this battle. The mod team was not backing him from everything I've seen.
And now, it looks like he has completely nuked his Reddit account. I actually caught this in action when I checked out his account earlier today. All of his posts being deleted and replaced with random words using a plugin, and now his Reddit account has absolutely no posts left on it, nuking 15 years of moderation that he did for free, by the way, nuking an entire subreddit because you couldn't deal with criticism, and then kicking every other mod while you're at it, making it their problem as well, and then deleting every single comment you've ever made on Reddit. That's some major main character energy there.
That was a beautiful callback from Dolan there. That shit had me giggling when he brought out the major main character energy. That was what Neo Diogenes said to Hayden Clay when Hayden was like, "Hey man, it really feels like you have a vendetta against me because of this is just way too extreme with what you're doing." That was one of his responses. He said, "I don't even know who the fuck you are. That is some major main character energy." So, based on this investigation here, with all available evidence, it seems that that post, "We out, you win, we all resign," was very misleading. The truth hidden in the pudding here is that one mod was going through a very impressive crash out, and while still power tripping, sucking their own dick, kicked the other mods of r/art, then made that post, making it seem like they all banded together in unity and left together as a result of the backlash from this guy going off the rails. That is a nefarious plot right there. That is dubious, to say the least. So now all the other mods that seem to not be on his side at all have now been roped into it because of him kicking them, making that post, making it seem as though they were still suckling off his nipples there. Like, hey, we're in this together. Like as if they were backing him up. But that's just not the case, it doesn't seem. That's crazy to go this far. So he kicks all the other mods and then deletes his entire 15-year Reddit history, and it seems like Reddit is the most important thing to this guy's life. So that is a big fucking deal. All because the guy whose post you removed dared ask for more clarification and if there was any wiggle room to maybe, like, instead of delete everything, just remove that comment that he believed was violative. Because someone dared ask him a question and try and, like, expand and question him, it started this crash out. That's unhinged. And I'm not exaggerating either. It was one message that set this guy off. They hadn't talked previously from what I can see. When that poster was moved, he just asked, hey, are you really going to remove it because I gave a little extra information? And immediately he goes into, like, combat stance. He's like, all right, it's time to get pugilistic. You ready for fisticuffs? I'm gonna maybe delete your entire post history. Would you like that? I could do that if you want. And the guy's like, okay, bud, calm down here. And he's like, okay, it's gone. Like, that's it. He took the smallest, most trivial nothing burger and blew it up into this. I just can't, like, it is a very special crash out. And also, my apologies to the mod team. I had no idea that he was using you like puppets in his game here. He was the chess master and you were pawns on his board. I didn't know, and I apologize for, I guess, making the assumption that you were all, you know, fighting together here based on his post saying that you were, or implying that you were. And I'm going to be super honest with you here, sports fans. It's hard for me to even be mad at this mod anymore. It has become, it's so fucking cartoonish at this point, this level of pettiness. I didn't even know somebody could be so petty. I didn't know that was possible. And from what I can tell, Hayden Clay, as a result of all of this, has gotten a ton of support. So that's really good to see. And it has just been a pretty incredible series of events to watch unfold here over the last 24 hours. Anyway, I had to give you the follow-up here once I watched Dolan Darkest video on it. Unreal. That's about it. See ya. Discord's come a long way since its humble beginnings as a Reddit tier, memer, fedora-tipping narwhal baconing at midnight service where every time you fired it up, it'd toss incredibly timeless classics at you like constructing additional pylons and overloading on memes, watch out for Wumpus, and anytime you contacted their support, you were put in touch with Springle, the mystical gnome fairy elf wizard lord, to do nothing to help you with whatever problem you had. Discord has grown a lot since those days. It has been a staple in society for the last couple of years. And just a few hours ago, they put out an announcement about some big upcoming changes to Discord that they may as well have just announced they're shutting down. Like, that would have been more positively received than what we actually got here. This is despicable. Discord has announced that all accounts will be age restricted by default unless you verify your age via face scan or ID. There's also a lot more terrible things here, but that's by far the biggest. Discord, by the way, is like the least trustworthy place to be giving your data to. Only a couple months ago, Discord had a huge data breach where hackers got tons of data as well as 70,000 fucking government IDs. Giving Discord your biometric data and ID is like giving your paycheck to a polymarket gambling addict. It's just a terrible recipe for disaster. Now they're going with the standard play from John Madden's playbook here of corporate gobbledygook, where they're saying that this is actually in order to create a safer experience for teens that use Discord. While obviously Discord has had a history of horrible things that have happened to children that have used their service, This in no way, shape, or form is the actual impetus for why they're implementing these changes to harvest your data. They then also have a mention in that tweet there that they're starting a council for US teens aged 13 to 17 to apply to be a part of this board that's supposed to better help steer Discord in a direction that's safer for children. What do you like? How does a kid submit a resume? What's your work experience? We need at least 7 years of Nickelodeon internships or something in order to accept you on the Discord children's board here. It's a very weird proposal. Now, going to their announcement here, when would users need to verify their age group? Users are only prompted to verify their age group when they attempt to access certain age-restricted content, settings, or features. After completing age assurance, users won't be asked to verify again for future age-restricted actions. A user may be prompted to verify their age group if they attempt to unblur media flagged by our sensitive content filters or attempt to change any of the default sensitivity content filter settings to show sensitive content, turn off message requests, access age-restricted channels and servers, speak in a stage channel, and toggle on age-restricted command settings. Then, in bold at the very bottom, importantly, this does not mean everyone will need to confirm their age just to use Discord. Not yet, at least. I'm sure that's right around the corner. But they knew that they would catch a big load of fucking poop from this for all of their users because nobody wants to just be willy-nilly giving all of their data, their fucking face scan, ID, and everything to Discord, of all companies. A company that literally just had a massive data breach, by the way. Many people can use Discord exactly as they do today without ever being asked to confirm their age. Now, here's the default safety settings that if you attempt to alter, you will then most likely be prompted to fork over your data, whether that's an ID or a face scan. So they're calling it Teen by Default, because these settings establish a clear safety baseline designed with teens in mind, with flexibility for adults to customize their experience. Adults can always choose to verify their age and change them or leave this setting as is. Unless a user is confirmed to be an adult, these safety settings stay in place and can't be changed. So they're immutable unless you are giving, of course, your precious data, which is a currency more valuable than money, which is why every company is scrambling to do everything they can to try and roll out some changes that require you to give them your data. So that way they can sell it to other entities. At this point, it's most likely going to AI-based companies, but it goes all over the place and it always has. So then it goes into lay out the default settings, such as the content filters, age-gated spaces, message requests, friend request alerts, and stage restrictions. So the wacky new philosophy over there at Discord is everyone's a child unless proven otherwise. Children by default. It's a pretty interesting strategy. I don't know if this is what Wumpus has been cooking ever since they banished him to the back rooms or what, but fascinating idea. Brace yourself, because maybe this is a controversial take. This perhaps could be spicy. Do you know how you really protect children on Discord? You don't let children on Discord. This is going to tie into something I was just yapping about a couple days ago, and it's something I've said numerous times over the years, but we are in an era where parents do not want to be parents. They would much rather just plop their kids in front of an iPad or a computer and let the internet raise their kids for them, and just let them have completely unmonitored, unfiltered, unlimited access to the cyberspace, the World Wide Web. And as such, the entire landscape of the internet has shifted to constantly be catering towards children using it, which is extraordinarily different from how it was when I was growing up, where the internet was made for adults and kids had like certain special pockets online. But by and large, the internet was focused on adults using it. Whereas now it's just been normalized for parents to turn their kids loose online and let them run wild. So as a result, everything on the internet has changed in order to compensate for that. And make no mistake, Discord making this change, its primary goal isn't to protect kids using their service. It is to harvest your data because it's going to be very, very valuable for Discord. And getting everyone more and more comfortable with mass surveillance and no privacy turning over your information and data is something that tons of companies are doing everything in their power to do. They just found a convenient excuse to try and paint it as something good, like protecting kids from bad people on Discord. Now, something else in their announcement is this about a toolkit that's going to be introducing age inference to help determine with high confidence whether a user on the platform is an adult. So from the way they describe it, it seems like it's going to be this tool that's monitoring your activity to find patterns of your usage and make an estimation of your age based on what you engage in on Discord. Admittedly, I'm a bit confused on exactly what this is, but from the sound of things, it is something that's running in the background that monitors user behavior. So if you're someone that's frequenting tax channels on Discord in order to help with your taxes, it would likely view that behavior as likely an adult using the account. So then it would just internally have you as an adult account, so you wouldn't need to complete an explicit age verification flow, like if I'm understanding this correctly. Again, I'm not entirely sure what that is. To me, it sounds like what YouTube introduced not long ago, where it monitors user usage behavior and will make an estimation of their age based on what they engage in on the platform. So for Discord, it seems like it's doing that too. And if it determines that you're an adult, you might not have to submit your facial scan or government ID. But again, I could be totally wrong. Now here's Discord treating its users like dogs, trying to coat this pill in peanut butter to make it easier to swallow. We also offer other assurance methods through our collaboration with trusted, privacy-forward partners such as facial age estimation and ID scan, all designed to minimize data use and maximize user control. There's no way of dressing that up in any way that is actually privacy-forward, by the way. We will continue exploring and validating additional age assurance approaches with the goal of expanding options and giving users choices that work best for them. After completing a chosen method, users will receive confirmation via direct message from our official Discord account. A user's assigned age group can be viewed at any time in My Account settings. Users can also go to My Account settings to appeal by retrying the process. We currently only prompt users to age assure when they are in the Discord app and trying to access age-restricted content or update specific safety settings. We do not send emails or text messages about our age assurance process or results. So then they go into the key privacy protections. On-device processing. Video selfies for facial age estimation never leave a user's device. Quick deletion. Identity documents submitted to our vendors are quickly deleted, in most cases, immediately after age confirmation. Not in every case, by the way, just most of them they're like immediately deleted, but usually it's like real quick. Like I'm talking lickety-split. Straightforward verification. In most states, users complete the process once and their Discord experience adapts to their verified age group. Users may be asked to use multiple methods only when more information is needed to assign an age group. Fuck, Jesus. Private status. A user's age verification status is only available to that user and cannot be seen by others. We're intentional about selecting and working with age assurance partners with strong privacy practices and limit data collection to what's strictly necessary for age assurance. There you have it. That's the big changes coming to Discord right around the corner. And don't let Discord deceive you into thinking that this is a change that they're making for a positive reason, like protecting kids that use Discord. That's not actually why they're making this big pivot here at all. It's just in this race that every company on the planet is engaged in to collect as much data as possible and get people as comfortable as possible with just giving their data willingly. So that way they can just harvest it easily, no hiccups. This is not a good change, and it is not something that anyone should be looking forward to. Do I think it's actually going to kill Discord? No. I don't think so. I know a lot of people are saying that this is the end of Discord, and even me with the title RIP Discord, I don't actually think it's going to sink them. I think people are just going to shrug their shoulders and just fork over the data in order to keep using the platform that they've already become accustomed to. I don't believe people ever really have a huge willingness to switch off of things that they become used to. There's endless examples to pull from, even like in gaming. People have set games that are their comfort game, and they maybe might tinker around with playing a new game in the same genre, but typically always go back to the one that they've just spent the most time with, and right now that's Discord. So I don't think that this is going to be, a huge destruction of Discord, even though I think it should be. I just don't think people are actually going to make a switch to something else in its place because people are just too used to Discord's service at this point. But I guess we'll see. I could be entirely wrong. Skype, for example. Skype, by all definitions, was too big to fail. They were the top dog until Discord came around and ate their lunch. Discord was a superior service to Skype, and Skype ate shit for it. It never adapted, it never changed, and it died. So who knows, maybe I'm entirely wrong, and something will pop up now that Discord is in a really rough spot, lost their footing here. Maybe something else will come and take its place, and people will flock to that instead, so that way they don't have to play ball with these kind of new changes. We'll see. I'm just not super optimistic about that happening, but I'd love to be wrong about it. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya. I'm going to try and use my power of incorrect predictions for good instead of evil. I will boldly, proudly, with my whole chest state that Bloodborne 2 will not be revealed at the Game Awards. A statement I didn't even think needed to be uttered, but the hopium, it's overflowing right now. The cup runneth over here for people to see Bloodborne 2 at the Game Awards next week because Jeff Keighley posted a wacky statue, which does look very cool. It's a very aesthetically pleasing little doodad there, a little doohickey. And then there was a reply to it with a bunch of, like, redacted information, like it was fucking Epstein files there at the Game Awards. And this sent people into a frenzy trying to find ways to brute force Bloodborne into it to make it seem like this is confirmation it'll be Bloodborne 2. I don't buy into it at all. Would love to be wrong, though I'm going to tell you, I'm batting with a tremendous record right now when it comes to my predictions on Bloodborne 2 not being real and probably never being real, at least not for many more moons to come. But anyway, let me show you the statue, let me show you the Game Awards riddle around it so you can start forming your own thoughts on what it could be. And then I want to tell you a little new piece of information that dropped this morning, a little tidbit that I think would be so fucking embarrassing if this actually is the reveal. But you know what would be even more embarrassing? If people found out you didn't shower using Cheeky soap. It's the best soap in the universe. What are you waiting for? And right now is the perfect time around the holiday season because Queso and I just got our collab soap out. We got the Naughty and Nice. So go to usecheeky.com right now and really upgrade your hygiene game. Yes, I want to talk about the Jeff Keighley cryptic tweet that a lot of people are speculating could be a reference to Half-Life 3, to Bloodborne 2, and all that. So it's this right here. I already talked about it when it got posted. It's that right there, but the Game Awards replied with this. The blank are silent, blank bleeds, new blank stir. And that right there has been a bomb in the Bloodborne hopium community. It's a very cool statue, by the way. Very cool. They do this every year. Not really to this degree. There's never been a year where I thought, maybe it could be Bloodborne until now. And even then, I still don't really think that. I just think if someone's going to go this hard for, like, teasing an announcement, it's either gotta be something people have been begging for a long time, or a delusional company that's about to just beclown themselves in front of the entire Game Awards and God. Like, imagine this is all just an announcement for some, like, fucking shovelware gacha game or something. It's definitely not going to be Elder Scrolls. If you want to know what I think it is, and I don't think anyone's going to be, like, necessarily pleased, I think it's Saros. So, if you look at Saros, and this is a game that's got, like, a lot of meat behind it, and it looks like a cool game. I think it's this. They've already teased this game before. The style of that statue is kind of similar. I think it's probably going to be Saros. And I also don't know how this would have, like, applied to Bloodborne, other than the reach of, like, New Blood Stir or something. Moon Bleeds or whatever. I just do not think it's Bloodborne 2. But do you really think they would do all this marketing for a game that's already announced? Seems like a waste. Brother, it's the video game industry. Of course they would. They do all kinds of nonsensical shit. The hunters are silent. It could be. I'm kidding, it won't be. I'm still very confident this is not Bloodborne. I don't even think the style really looks all that Bloodborne-esque. This would be a crazy departure from the aesthetic of Bloodborne. It literally has to be Duskbloods. See, Duskbloods I could definitely see. Since we don't know a ton about it, it is FromSoft, so they'd probably go hog wild for it. I could definitely see it being Duskbloods. Diablo 4, maybe. That would be the most deflating shit. That'd be worse than a gacha game announcement. If they're just announcing a new patch. All we know for sure is that it's not God of War, Elder Scrolls 6, or Diablo. All those have been debunked. Unless it's a red herring. Just like when they said they weren't going to show us a Silent Hill trailer at the PlayStation Now like 6 months ago, and then they did at the end as a bait and switch. Diablo 4 Season 11 goes live on December 11th, 8:30 PST, right after the Game Awards. Take that as you will. God, that is going to be the most foolish fucking thing if this actually is Diablo 4. So now, what if I told you that there is quite a bit of meat behind the theory that this statue is related to the Lords of the Fallen? For those that don't remember, Lords of the Fallen, well, the original Lords of the Fallen was one of the worst Souls-like games for its time. That shit blew major ass. I even replayed that a few years back when I was going through like my Souls marathon, and I just couldn't finish it. It was too goddamn awful. They reignited that franchise 2 years ago with The Lords of the Fallen, and when this puppy released, let me tell you, it came to an overwhelming cacophony of meh. The reception was that the game was okay, it was mid. I played it on release, and it was clunky with a lot of problems, but it had some interesting ideas. Over the course of the last couple of years, they've released like 70 or something updates to it to try and put lipstick on that pig, and as I understand it, it is much better now than it was when it came out. So hats off to them for putting in the effort to make it better. I haven't gone through and tested it myself, but I'll trust people's words that it is in a much better state now than it was when it released. But even still, I don't know how strong the Lords of the Fallen community is to be salivating to such a degree that they would commit to this like big marketing push, this like cryptic thing, all to reveal more Lords of the Fallen content on its way. I feel like if that is the case, and I'll show you the evidence here, the audience will be silent. Like, even fans of Lords of the Fallen are saying, like, this would be pretty underwhelming if it's you guys doing this. Because, like, again, even though the game's in a better state now, it's not exactly something that people have been dreaming about, fucking soiling their britches hoping for, and getting, like, this really big, like, mystery ahead of the Game Awards where some big things do get revealed. It would feel very, like, if it is Lords of the Fallen 2. Anyway, though, they posted this tweet, "Something stirs within, ready to rupture," and people were quick to notice that something stirs within so soon after the Game Awards thing. Well, that's a little odd considering stirs is there as well. And the aesthetic of the statue does match the aesthetic in Lords of the Fallen. Also, the way Jeff Keighley initially tweeted, "Regal inspiring thickness," is very similar to how Lords of the Fallen tweeted, "Executions, tentacles, rotting corpses," all things also present on that statue. There is also mention on their Twitter of blood and bleeding. They like to use the word bleed a lot. So there are some things that seem to suggest this could be Lords of the Fallen related. But nothing concrete, nothing confirmed, but that right now seems to be the leading theory. And if that is the case, wow, what a letdown that will be. Like, I hope Lords of the Fallen 2 will be great and a huge improvement on the first one. But man, to get like everyone's hopes up that this could be something that we've been waiting for a long time, only to have it be Lords of the Fallen 2, would be such a shame. I feel like there'd be very few people that would find that satisfying if that's the reveal. I don't think there's gonna be fucking people pumping their fist, "Oh yeah!" or anything like that. But we'll see. Again, it's not confirmed to be Lords of the Fallen 2. This could still very well be something else, something big. But I don't think it's going to be any of like the crazy pie in the sky ones. I don't think it's going to be Bloodborne 2. I think there's a fucking 0% chance of that. I think I'll probably hit a growth spurt before that game ever comes out. I don't think this is Half-Life 3 related at all. And I don't think this is Elder Scrolls related either. So, anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a bit. That's it. See ya. Yesterday I learned about a wild Italian heist attempt where a group of armed men, armed to the gills, mind you, one guy had a bomb suit. He looked like the Juggernaut out of Modern Warfare 2. Were able to stop an armored vehicle carrying a bunch of money, and chaos erupted. There was a firefight. Miraculously, nobody was hurt in it somehow, but I can tell you, their plan went tits up real quick after they blew up the truck. It's something you have to see to believe. Now, right before I was talking about this Italian heist, learning about it, I was learning about how a dinosaur convention called DinoCon had recently just banned a ton of people that were named in the Epstein files from attending. So you're going to see a pretty interesting headline even before the Italian heist here. I'll go ahead and show you some clips of that after the heist, because that too is also fascinating, but I think the heist is probably what you're going to be most impressed by. You see the heist in Italy today in traffic with fake police cars? GTA shit. Fake police cars. Oh, I didn't see this. Armed robbery in Italy attempted to pull off insane daytime heist on an armored vehicle on the middle of in the middle of a highway. Oh my god! Yeah, I don't think I can pull this up on stream. I don't know if anyone got hurt in this, but they just blew up the fucking car. What did they do? Fucking slap C4 on it? What was that? That also didn't even really look like an armored truck. Looked like just a normal van. 8 gunmen were posing as police with flashing lights. They blocked the road by setting vehicles on fire. They then used explosives to breach the van and exchanged fire with Italian police. Somehow the craziest part is that no one was injured and 2 of the bad guys got arrested on the spot. Okay, then I guess I can pull it up if no one was injured. Look at this shit. It actually does look straight out of a movie.
Stanno rubando il furgone, guarda. Guarda, 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 guarda. Guarda. Hanno rubato il furgone. Guarda. Guarda.
God damn.
Santo. Hanno fatto scoppiare in diretta. Guardali, 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 guardali. Guardali, guardali.
Using a soccer mom's minivan to transport the money, I see. That's what I said. That does not really even look like an armored truck. It actually just, it looks like a normal delivery truck. Are they sure they got the right van? They ended up just stealing my shoes. That's it, just a bunch of Skechers in there. So reading about this, they weren't even like a super coordinated trained team that did this. It was just some guys. Just actually some guys. Did they get anything out of this? Well, despite blowing up the vehicle, they were unable to access the cash according to multiple reports. That's when the firefight erupted with patrol officers. No way. Italian media reported that other drivers caught up in the ambush were also robbed as the gang made their escape. What? So they blew up this fucking truck, got nothing, and then on their way out, they just started robbing other people that just were unlucky to be in the area? They escaped by stealing cars from passing motorists to break through police roadblocks. So they escaped with no cash, and a couple of them stole vehicles. 2 of them were arrested. 2 more are at large. What a crazy plan. The guy who blew up the truck had a full-on bomb suit he stole from the police bomb unit. That's why he survived the explosion. What do you mean that's why he survived the explosion? What did he do? Just fucking have a stick of dynamite in his hand and just let it blow up on the truck with him standing there? I made the assumption that they, like, set some kind of explosive and walked away. Why would he just carry the explosive with the bomb suit on? What a fucking maniac. Gave him plus 100 defense. I mean, it worked. It's just... Wait, now I'm so, like... Watching this initially, I made the assumption that this had to be like a highly coordinated plan or something. Because, I mean, just look at this.
Guarda, 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 guarda.
But now, after you told me that, I can actually see the guy running behind the van as it's blowing up. Did they not tell him they already set the explosives? Dedicated tank. Yeah, I guess, man. No one screamed danger close. Just bad comms, I guess. Yeah, L comms. They didn't get the money because of protective foam mechanism foiled by foam. Oh yeah, I read that. The reason they couldn't access the money was apparently some foam system they had in the vehicle. Which, I mean, turns out foam's very effective. How much was in the truck? According to the first article I read, a lot. They didn't specify how much, but it made a explicit mention that it is a lot that these trucks carry. Which surprises me, because that does not seem to be a overly fortified truck. But it shows what I know, because this soccer mom van was able to thwart not only an explosion, but everything else that followed, so... I still can't get over this. Now that I know that this guy stole a bomb suit only to run into the bomb for fun is crazy to me. He has to be deaf, right? Now I don't know a whole lot about bomb suits, but he's gotta be deaf. They had to blow his goddamn eardrums out, right? Wily coyote ass strat. Yeah, I have no idea what his thought process was there. Why steal the suit if you're not gonna use it? That's a good point. That's a good point. They went through the effort of stealing the bomb suit, god damn it, they're going to get some usage out of it. Put it through its paces. Dinosaur Convention bans all paleontologists named in Epstein files out of safety of our attendees. Wait, what? We find it deplorable that some established paleontological organizations are not taking firm action, DinoCon's statement reads. What? Oh my god, don't you fucking dare. One of these dog shit journalist sites that force you to pay just to read the rest of the article, you make me sick. DinoCon, a UK-based paleontology convention, issued a statement regarding the scientists, authors, and researchers named in the Epstein files, noting those associated with the late sex offender were officially banned from the annual event. How many paleontologists were named in the Epstein files? I must have missed that. While the convention statement did not name the individuals, the Monday announcement made it clear DinoCon would not tolerate their presence at the July event. We at DinoCon take the safety of our attendees, speakers, and staff very seriously. As a result of the release of half the Epstein files, it has come to light that a select number of scientists, authors, and researchers relevant to the field of paleontology allegedly engaged in correspondence with members of the Epstein organization after the convictions of Jeffrey Epstein. We want to state that all respective individuals are banned from our events. I mean, that's it. Hey, that's good. I'm happy to hear that. Had no idea there was paleontologists named in the Epstein files. Additionally, we find it deplorable that some established paleontological organizations are not taking firm action to protect their members in light of these allegations. As such, executive committee members from organizations that are not issuing public bans to these individuals are also banned from our events. We do not tolerate those who allow this behavior to go unchallenged within our community. Wow. Actually doing more than like half of everything else out there. You have to remember that Stephen Hawking was a regular. Epstein saw himself as an intellectual trying to unite the smartest people in the world. That's a really good point. I guess maybe I just don't know a ton of paleontologists. So it was not easy to recognize them. But that is a good point, yeah. I just looked it up. Apparently one of the biggest names is Jack Horner, a famous paleontologist who even worked on Jurassic Park. So it would seem, scientist Jack Horner linked to Jeffrey Epstein in newly released DOJ files.